Florida. Florida is a 35.5 favorite at the time of installation. That is the third biggest favorite since the seeding era began. In the NBA, Luka Doncic and LeBron James combined for 70 points as the Lakers stretch their win streak to 7 with a win over the Houston Rockets 124-116. The Boston Celtics beat the Golden State Warriors 120-99. Jason Tatum with 24 points, Jaylen Brown with 32. Peyton Pritchard had 19 off the bench. I'm Martin Weiss.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends, everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
I am untethered and my rage knows no bounds!
Ladies and gentlemen.
All I know is you never had the makings of a varsity athlete.
What is it with you and this obsession with this varsity crap?
People come to us because we don't sell them on anything. They can't refuse because of the implication.
You wonder ever you're a bad man?
World needs bad men. We keep the other bad men from the door.
Some things are a matter of doing.
The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough to dispute.
I was about to take advice from a clown who dives headfirst into the shallow end of the pool.
It's Talk Sports with John Reed and Cody McClure.
If it is to be said, so it be. So it is. So it is. So it is. So it is.
It's a Tennessee thing.
Well, I'm holding on.
Back in the booth, back on the airwaves. Coming at you live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. John Reed, Cody McClure, the P team will hopefully be here at some point. Hard to find good help these days. But the madness is here. I gotta say, I'm pretty pumped up for it. Tennessee now knows their opponent. We'll talk about that as well as continue to look at the bracket, find some gambling picks for you. Happy to be here. Let's check in with my good friend Cody McClure. Cody, how are you?
Well, good morning, partner. Good to be here. Good to be anywhere. Good to see you. Good thing I got here when I did. That's nobody here. It was almost a solo show. One man band over there. I thought those boys were kind of angry yesterday and in poor spirits, and turns out they're not here. So, maybe they'll show up eventually.
You think they're protesting?
Maybe. I don't know. I thought they were. Oh, no, there's Sam. Sam's good. Sam's alive. That's good to see. I don't know about Bubba. You never know. Never know about him. He could be down in a hole somewhere,
One thing I know about Bubba is with Bubba's not here, he's trying to get here. In his mind, he's trying to be here.
Yeah.
That's what I tell myself, at least.
He may have just taken the wrong transportation or something. Knowing him, he could be stuck on the train or in a yellow cab somewhere.
The madness is here. I will say the time change has kind of messed with me. The time change has messed with me a little bit. I've been worn out the last couple of weeks. But yesterday, I took a page out of your book, and you tell me about these naps sometimes. I took me a nap about 1:30, 2 o'clock. I was like, I'm out of gas. I got to take me a little 30, 45-minute, hour-long cat nap, whatever. And I got to say, I feel much, much better today. It didn't mess up my sleep too much last night. I woke up at 6 a.m. pretty fresh and rested and ready to go. And I stayed in bed till 7, but I was up. I was up feeling good. Nap was the best thing I ever did. I feel like a new man.
Yeah, if you keep it under an hour, I feel like that 45-minute spot is a good spot, or even 30. Sometimes my body will wake up naturally. Like, it's weird with a nap how your body – it's like my body knows it's not bedtime.
Well, typically my body wakes up naturally at night and in naps.
I definitely don't do that. I got to set that alarm, and I tell you, that's a terrible feeling every morning. Every morning when I hear that, it's so, what's the word? Nerve and rage-inducing, I guess, when I hear that alarm. I think I need to just change the sound. It's too.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
It's too aggressive.
Too jarring.
Yeah. I think I need to play a song.
Nah, you're probably going to hate that song then.
Yeah, but I think I'm willing to do that if it's a song I like now. I used to do Bob Seger's song, Beautiful Loser, used to be my alarm. So that was an interesting way to start the day. But anyway, good morning to the freaks, and hello to all.
Sam, top of the morning to you.
Top of the morning. I've been exhausted this week too, honestly. Bit of a new routine. Kicking my ass a little bit.
Yeah. It happens, man. I've been burning the candle at both ends for some time now, and I feel sometimes you just get run down, That's the way it goes.
And I like getting waken up by the sun, man.
Yeah.
Having that just pitch black whenever I got to roll over is just unmotivating, to say the least.
It's wintertime. That was the tough thing, doing this show at 7 a.m. in the wintertime. That was, I don't know how we made it.
And then now you're kind of in the, you've gotten your little taste of spring, and then now that you're kind of back into some winter, you're just you're bitter.
Yeah.
You just want the good stuff now.
Is this blackberry winter? This
no idea what that is.
It's like whenever the sneaky, it's winter's last gasp. It's winter's.
I hope so.
It comes back just for a week, just to.
One more thrust from that giant frozen snowman.
You've seen a scary movie?
Carrot.
Yeah.
Whenever the killer has that last little flourish at the end, like you think you've got him beat, but boom, you got to cut his head off.
Gotcha.
You got to shoot him in the head. Blackberry Winter is about shooting Winter in the head.
Okay.
And then sometimes he's still alive and he winks at you at the very end, like in Freddy versus Jason.
It gives the groundhog at least a little bit to stand on. Like I told you it was going to be a late spring. Bubba, top of the morning to you. How are you, my friend?
I'm zoned out, John.
Okay. Well, that's a good way to start the day.
Yes, sir.
I regret asking. I'm happy to see you. Anything fun last night for anybody?
I got $6 sushi.
Okay.
There you go.
Shout out to you.
Yeah.
Could have waited a day later and got $5 sushi.
What kind of sushi? Was it like gas station or grocery store or
grocery
restaurant?
Store.
Grocery store. Okay. Like a reputable grocery store? Good grocery store?
I consider them to be good.
Kroger.
Okay.
Yeah.
I tried Kroger's $6 sushi one day. It doesn't match up to the Fresh Market $5 sushi. That's the way to go. It's a fresh market, so it sounds better, and it's $1 cheaper, and it's better.
I can't do any of that. The grocery store. I don't like it cold.
Okay. Well, they got microwaves.
Yeah.
You get fried sushi?
Yeah, I like the fried stuff.
Okay.
Got the palate of a 4-year-old over here.
No, I mean I eat sashimi and nigiri and all that too, but I'm not getting that.
Cold. It's
not
slimy.
getting that from a grocery store.
It's too cold.
I don't like my rice cold.
Little kid over here.
If it's trust me, my sushi palate is stronger than yours.
As long as it's hot, everybody.
No, you don't even know what sashimi and nigiri are.
I'm not the one that said I couldn't do it. You put anything.
I can.
You put any sushi in front of me, I'm going to eat it.
I can do it. I'm saying
Yeah,
I don't want that hard, clumped up cold rice at
Mexico,
the gas station.
Gambling. gambling with my life. I could have died out there eating that sushi. You never know. Eating in Mexico, just at some low-rate resort.
That cold, clumped-up rice.
I think we're in Redbud winter, by the way.
Redbud winter?
Yeah, there's different names. I don't know.
There's Redbud, Dogwood, Locust, which I don't really know, Blackberry, and then Britches winter.
Did you guys do anything cool last night? Anything noteworthy?
Last one?
Got a good it's like a Titans painting in, basically. It's this I don't know, some guy was selling it on Twitter.
Was it good? It was worth
we went
money?
ahead and bought it. Yeah, it was sick. It's like a landscape type of thing.
I forgot to get my sticker. The Titans sent me a sticker.
It's like a long landscape type of thing. Like the Titans logo is the background, and then it's got Earl Campbell, Eddie George, Chris Johnson, Derrick Henry on it.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
That's a pretty good foursome.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Lindell White?
Get ready to add Jeremiah Love to it, buddy.
Sir,
you think?
There aren't very many franchises, if any, that can boast better running back play throughout their history than we can.
You think that's the move?
I think it'd be pretty cool.
I think it would too. I think that guy's going to be awesome.
I think it'd be pretty cool. I think he's cool. I think him and Cam Moore would be cool, and the offense would be very relevant across the league. People would be ready to watch him because he's got 4.3 speed. He could take it the distance anytime he touches the ball, and then Cam Ward, gets a little bit lighter coverage out there because they got to respect the run.
Would it be the first time it kind of felt like McNair and George again?
I mean, Tannehill and Henry are pretty damn good. We led the league in scoring that one year. Tannehill was a top 5.
Cam Ward just reminds me more of McNair.
Because he's black?
I'm not sure.
Well, Love and Eddie George are not similar at all. George was 4 yards in a cloud of dust type of thing. I mean, if he got 4 yards, that was a big run for Eddie George.
But
we were 3.5 yards per carry, trying to get you there, just bludgeon you to death.
I don't mean it like the style of player. I just mean like the quarterback and running back together.
You just mean black quarterback and black running back.
No, because like Vince Young was there.
Yeah, but you couldn't name the running back we had back then.
Was it Chris Johnson? Did that line up time-wise?
Not really. At least I don't think of Vince Young and Chris Johnson.
But that's what I'm saying. You got a good quarterback and a good running back together. Is kind of what I mean. Like maybe this is the hope. Like
I think of Chris Johnson more of Kerry Collins.
I mean, Tannehill's no McNair, But the hope is that Cam Ward.
Tannehill's pretty damn good. He didn't win league MVP or whatever like McNair did, but Tannehill was pretty damn good. Like I said, we led the league in scoring that one year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready for basketball. We got Tennessee's opponent, Miami of Ohio, rain down some threes. We'll dive into it next. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Take Fan Run Radio with you on the all-new Fan Run app. Just search for Fan Run Radio wherever you download your apps.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Tennessee going to play a team that was on fire last night. Miami of Ohio rained down hell on SMU. Sam, you remember we had that discussion a couple weeks ago about playing like a loser power team versus like a really good mid-major team?
Yeah.
That last night was what I was like talking about. Like you watched one of those teams and you saw a winning team that knew how to play basketball together. You watched another and you just kind of saw some disjumbled mess. I know they weren't full strength. BJ Edwards is out and whatever, but Miami of Ohio looked like a team that was connected, that knows how to play all 5 places together, and everybody knows where they're going to be, and they have a system. They rained down threes and really led the whole way, it felt like, against SMU.
Those guys were so white.
How white were they? Oh, I thought you were setting up a joke. Oh, like your mama's so fat jokes, and I was supposed to ask how fat was she?
Oh, no. But they, they hit, 16 threes? 16?
Like that, yeah.
16 of 41. Yep, 16 of 41 was their overall numbers last night. That's good for 39%.
Shame on SMU.
For lying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. On one hand, it's shameful. On the other hand, I get it. You needed a lot to get in the tournament. You hoped BJ Edwards. I don't know if he'd have made a big difference last night. I don't know if he would have been out there stopping them from shooting threes. But that's what Will Warren told me off the air, was that they had basically lied to the committee and assured them that they'd be full strength, and that was a big reason they got in the field. Now, I don't know if I believe that, because were they really going to put Auburn in with only one more win than loss? I don't know.
I would have rather seen like Oklahoma and Miami of Ohio just rain down threes against each other than that. If it wasn't BJ.
Yeah, I mean, I think SMU looked like they didn't belong out there.
Yeah, so much for BJ Edwards' homecoming game against Tennessee.
Yeah, Brett Hollander yesterday was telling me how great BYU or how great SMU was and how they were going to beat Tennessee and how good their guard play was and all that. Nailed that one, Brett.
You're on the BYU portion of your bracket.
Nailed that one. Don't copy my bracket.
I'm not copying anything. I got mine.
Don't bother looking at me.
I have finalized my bracket.
Okay.
No more adjustments. No more changing my mind.
Well, don't bother trying to copy mine. You stay over here.
Why would I copy you?
Why were you looking? I didn't look at your bracket.
The reason I asked that is because you said BYU by accident, and I thought maybe you were.
I just kind of I am at that part, actually, but also just letters. Letters
can be hard.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I've messed up my penmanship. I messed up the I in Mizzou.
I know. I always try to write mine in such good penmanship, too, and the pen messed up right at the beginning. So I started in the top right. Arizona already has a weird A, so I'm cooked.
Don't you hate
I'm
that?
cooked regardless.
Yeah. Thanks for getting me a paper bracket.
You're welcome.
I still hadn't printed mine.
That was my reward for you for being on time.
Thank you.
Sam and
I was
Bubba.
like 3 minutes
Hope
late.
you enjoy your digital bracket. Yeah,
Already
that's on
made
time
mine
for
last
you.
night.
Say what?
Already made mine last night.
Oh. Well. Okay. Guess you got me there.
So a couple of days ago, you seemed pretty confident about playing this Miami of Ohio team if it happened.
Yeah.
You still feel good?
Yeah.
Still feel good? Okay.
I do. Do you not?
I don't know, because I want to listen to what you're saying.
Okay.
When you say, because it sounds good. It makes a good point. It's, they don't have anybody that can rebound with us. Like, our size is just going to be overwhelming. We have an NBA player on the floor. All that makes sense and makes me think, especially after seeing these guys last night, again, just so many average-looking whites. So all that makes sense. And the part about how, Miami just hasn't played anybody all year. They haven't played any competition. They're in a lower-tier league. That all makes sense. But then if that shooting is there.
So you're worried about the shooting?
Well, are we confident that we can guard the three?
Yeah. Yeah, I am.
You feel good about our perimeter defense?
Yeah, I mean, I worry about guards that could get to the rim.
Not so much beyond the arc?
Yeah, like I worry about guards that have like NBA skills that can create mismatches. They can work ball screens and then get downhill. And then we don't have guards that can get out there and guard that. But
and we shouldn't let that happen.
No, not against them. Like Rick Barnes, to me, and this might be famous last words. This might be a new rejoin later, but like we've covered the Alabama system pretty well. Like we know how to get out and guard threes, and when they're out there running, trying to only hunt threes, like, we do a pretty good job of stopping that. I'm not trying to take anything away from them because their performance was impressive last night. I give them credit. I also think that was their Super Bowl.
Okay.
Like I think that was the last part of their movie. Like if you're watching a sports movie, that was them. They get their adversity, finally losing in the conference tournament. They get their one shot at redemption to show they belong, and they come out and they blow out SMU. To me, that's the end of the movie. Roll scenes. Now we'll see. Maybe they continue that run against Tennessee, and they're going to be one of America's teams. Like they're going to be
the team.
They're going to be a team that everybody gets behind and roots for.
Well, tell me this, because this is the part I don't understand. I'm hearing a lot of these, like our narrative here is that they haven't played any competition all year. They haven't seen a team like Tennessee. They just can't hang with us, right? But doesn't Akron play in the same league? And isn't Akron a popular upset pick for some people as a 12-5 to beat Texas Tech? Like I've heard people talking about Akron as a 12-5 upset, but Akron's not as good as Miami of Ohio. Like Miami of Ohio won the league.
I personally
undefeated.
I personally don't think that Akron is going to pull an upset, but so I don't really know how to answer that. I mean, they played one time this year, Miami of Ohio and Akron did. It was a 3-point game at Miami of Ohio. So, I mean, like, just by your comparison, a 3-point road loss to me means they're a pretty equal team.
Yeah, I'm hearing people make that pick, but yet we're so confident that we'll handle Miami of Ohio,
Hey, look, if you're scared, you can be scared.
Well, I don't know
fine.
if I'm scared.
I wonder if Texas Tech fans are scared. I imagine they're not.
I don't know if I'm scared yet. I can't figure out whether or not I'm scared.
You got to wait to hear what the drive callers say first?
Yeah. I need to see what Jamie says.
Yeah.
And I just know – I know us, man. I know this Tennessee team is kind of – it's pretty much a coin flip on whether we're going to get a good game out of the boys. We got turnover problems. We got foul shooting problems. We got lack of scoring problems. And if we come out and play a complete game, I have no fear.
We ain't got size problems, though, and I just think that's what's going to happen here.
Think it's a big Jalen Carey game?
Well, I mean, I hope it's not a big Jalen Carey game, but Jalen Carey's better than the boys from Miami of Ohio. So, like, he should be able to physically impose his will as well. Like if I was betting, I'd bet on JP Estrella to score 20 points. Might need to hit my boy up that lives in Indiana because they got player props up there. I might need to hit him up and be like, hey, what can I get Estrella for? Because like it feels like a big JP Estrella game where they just throw him the ball in the post and he's able to hit that little baby bunny hook all night long.
Well, look, I mean, I've picked us to the Sweet 16 because I can't not be a homer. I'm Volled up, so.
You consider Sweet 16 being Volled up?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
So even with your fan cap on, even your biggest fantasy, we're just a Sweet 16 team?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we ain't beating Ohio or Iowa State or Michigan.
Okay.
Are we?
Sam, what did you think when you watched Miami of Ohio last night?
Pretty similar to what y'all have said. I mean, solid 3-point shooting team. I agree with you. I feel like guards that kind of have like the multi-level scoring ability make life harder a little bit for Tennessee, but I think these guys are, pretty dead set on kind of living and dying by that three. I think our size is going to really bother them. I feel like it's a big game for Felix, JP. No, they're not going to have an answer for Nate, I imagine. I think this is a game that could probably get away with having kind of middling play from Jacoby and Bishop offensively. I think you need them defensively, but I think our size can just win out offensively.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like Amari Evans can be out there guarding the three-point line a little bit better too. Tennessee can put out there. I don't know if we'll try to match up with them and get more athleticism on the court to, swallow up their shooters. Because there's a part of that. Like, I don't know if I'd necessarily love the idea of running two bigs out there because if they do get hot from three, they could probably generate some looks if they have Jalen Carey and Okpara out there switching on the perimeter and trying to chase guys around. But I think the difference in size and physicality is just going to weigh out. And like I said, I think my opinion is that was the end of their movie last night.
Just hoping there's no sequel.
Yeah, like they were talking about how they've proven the world wrong and all that. Like that's when you roll the credits. Good for them. I was impressed. I was still rooting for them to win last night. At any point, did you start rooting against them?
No, I was for them. I think it's a cool story.
Were you behind them for the story or because you thought it was an easier matchup for Tennessee? Because I was still rooting for them because I thought it was an easier matchup for Tennessee.
I like the story.
So it had nothing to do with Tennessee?
No, I like the story, and even if they beat us, I think I'm still going to like the story. They don't feel as hateable as like a Sister Jean to me.
Bubba, do you have any thoughts on them last night? Are you worried?
I'm worried if we keep Dwayne Brown out there for a bit because I feel like he's going to get cooked because they're going to keep moving the ball around. He's going to get in, sucked inside a little bit, and then boom, late to the block attempt on a 3-point shot, and it goes in. It's going to be frustrating to watch.
Yeah, and Tennessee hasn't been great at not fouling three-point shooters. So, like, I can go ahead and pencil in at least one of those, maybe two.
But overall, I'm not worried. I mean, I think they foul a lot, and with our guys' ability to draw fouls, not worried. Worried about Jalen Carey hitting his free throws, though. That did immediately ring into my mind. But overall, it should just be a nice win for Tennessee.
Nobody's worried.
To me, it would be the worst loss of Rick Barnes' Tennessee tenure. Is that fair to say?
I don't know. It depends on what they do after that. If they beat us and then they go beat Virginia and then they, that's where the road would end. But, I mean, that Loyola team we felt like was a terrible loss, and they made the Final Four. Same with Florida Atlantic. Those both felt excruciating.
The spread did not come out as high as the projections did. I don't know if their performance yesterday against SMU, really elevated their profile or what, but Tennessee still double-digit favorites in this game.
Double-digit?
I saw 10.5 last night before I went to bed. Let me check this morning.
Well,
see
we
what's in
play
it.
below
Yeah,
our
still 10.5.
A concern with us, to me, is that we play below our potential. That's a concern.
In what way?
We typically don't exceed. I mean, at least recently, over the last couple of weeks, 3 weeks.
Outside of the Syracuse game, what game have we been like double-digit favorites in that we haven't taken care of business, though? Because I feel like when we're double-digit favorites, we don't really – now, we might be a little dicey in the game at some point. Like, Oklahoma made a run to get down like 5 or whatever. Mississippi State made a run to get down 5. But, like, I kind of feel like we typically take care of business when we're double-digit favorites.
Well, if you're talking about being double-digit favorites.
Well, that's what we are in this game.
Then yeah, I mean.
Coin flip games against Vandy, yeah, like we kind of laid an egg. And Missouri was
Kentucky.
basically – yeah.
I mean, yeah, if you're just talking about being a double-digit favorite, like typically we would take care of business in that game. But I just feel that it's the tournament's different. Something about that magic, man.
Yeah, I don't
madness.
You've already pissed me off today, just being a little coward, just being a little scared. I'm not listening.
I got us in the Sweet 16.
I'm not listening. Well, I know, so I'm not going to sit here and listen to you talk about Miami of Ohio and be afraid.
I'm looking at the other side of it here.
Get a dog. Go to church if you're just going to sit here. And
we are only 11, 16, and 1 against the spread as a favorite this year.
What about double-digit favorites?
They don't have that on there. I'll try and find that in another website.
Because as favorites, if you're getting down just a 3 or 4 point range, like you blew both Kentucky games, you blew the Syracuse game, you blew maybe the cover against. No, you covered against Auburn in both situations. I just don't feel like we've lost very many games as big favorites during Rick Barnes' tenure. I feel like
we've lost several games as favorites in the tournament.
Not 10-point favorites.
No, but favorites.
Yeah.
I mean,
what games have we lost as favorites?
Loyola, Florida Atlantic.
Okay, is that not the only two? Or Oregon State? Like Oregon State, that's it. Those are the 3 right there.
That's 3 years out of his. What about that Purdue Sweet 16 game with Grant and Admiral?
Yeah, we probably were favored in that one. That was a
I
close
want
one.
to say there was a stat for a while about Barnes losing games in the tournament as a favorite.
Okay.
7-7 this year is double-digit favorites.
Okay. Do you have the straight up in those? Because I'd imagine we were 14-0 straight up in those games. Which, to be fair, I am talking about just winning this game on Friday, not necessarily covering the 10.5, although I do think we bludgeon them. But I'd like to see that double digit of those 14 because I don't know of any losses off the top of my head. I would think we were 14-0.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that is including like a bunch of games early in the season where we're like 28-point favorites and you don't cover.
Sure. But also you're getting credit for beating them as 28-point favorites too. Yeah. So you could probably throw out all 7 quad 4 games. You could probably throw all those out. So then you'd be what? 7-0 straight up as double digit favorites.
You would have done it against South Carolina, Oklahoma,
Ole Miss, LSU. I'd say
you won, but you didn't.
You won, but didn't cover.
You
right?
Didn't cover.
Yeah.
Same with A&M.
Yeah. Were we double digit favorites against A&M? I guess we were, like right at 10, probably
10.5 against A&M.
Okay. Texas, you said
Texas, and that's it for conference play.
Okay. Rutgers, probably, were you 10-point favorites against Rutgers?
15.5.
Okay. So you won and covered that one. I just feel like we've typically taken care of business there. But your point in the tournament, Cody, that's fair. I do think we were favored against Purdue that game. But it was probably like a 1 or 2 point spread.
Yeah. As a double-digit favorite, I expect to win the game. But I just I wonder how dangerous of a game it'll be. We might go out there and just out-muscle them, and we're just a tougher breed. That's what you would hope to see. Again, after seeing that team on the floor last night, I did think about what you said and how our bigs are just physically we should be able to dominate them. Like, I get where that's obvious. It's just if we don't guard their shooting, they can shoot their way into it.
I'm not going to sit here and listen to you be a coward. You're going to have to man up as far as I'm concerned.
Again, I have us in the Sweet 16. I am picking us. Just trying to look at all angles here.
I was rooting for Miami of Ohio for the story, but also for the matchup. I think it's good news for Tennessee.
So you're feeling good.
Could be famous last words. But, yeah, no, I mean, I think Tennessee is going to at least win one game in the tournament now. They're minus 670 on the money line. Whenever Miami of Ohio, I had a bet saved, like a tournament bet saved. I didn't put it in yet, but when Miami of Ohio got a lead, I went ahead and locked it in. And in that bet, I had Tennessee to reach the round of 32. So I went ahead and grabbed it before the odds got much worse. I'll give you a winner on the other side. We'll talk some more brackets. March Madness. Oh, it's almost here. Just hours away. Shout out to all the teachers out there listening that are going to roll the TVs out and let their kids watch it. Although maybe they don't even do that anymore since they let kids have their phones now in their pocket. Maybe the kids just get to watch it on their phones. I don't know how that works. But shout out to all the teachers I had growing up that let us watch. You guys are cool. I hope you're well. Sam sent us to break. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Check out exclusive Fan Run video content on YouTube. Just search Fan Run Sports and be sure to like and subscribe.
Hey, it's Russell Smith here for ECR Total Landscapes. I had the ECR crew out to my house last year to remove multiple trees on my property, and I couldn't be more satisfied with the work they did. Not only did they cut down several trees that were too close to my house, they also grinded the stumps and cleaned up the work site, leaving my yard looking better than before. Take it from me. If you've got a dangerous, overgrown, or storm-damaged tree that's threatening your home, your car, or your family, don't risk it. Do what I did. Call ECR Total Landscapes for a free estimate. Tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. 865-384-2012. That's 865-384-2012. Your local tree cutting experts. These guys get the job done. Check out their website, ecrtotallandscapes.com.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
Surfside is made with vodka, real tea, and real juice, and has only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right. No bubbles, no troubles. That's why Surfside was named the 2025 Spirit Brand of the Year by MarketWatch. Their variety packs come with options: iced tea, lemonade, or green tea. Find your flavor by trying them all. Surfside, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older to enjoy. Party smart.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Let's head over to the YouTube chat. Shout out to all the freaks watching along. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe. David writes in, Miami of Ohio will be swallowed up. Tennessee's length and defense will be a problem. We are way more athletically than SMU. They only have two bigs at 6'8" and 6'9" who are shooters but are very slow. Which, yeah, I kind of agree. Buck, you need to quit hanging out with Buck so much, Cody. I think Buck's weighing off on you. The fact that you even have to discuss Miami of Ohio should scare everyone. We have seen this script. That's who you've been hanging out with. The negative people in the chat. The sky is falling crowd.
Is he wrong?
Well, we have to discuss Miami of Ohio because we're playing Miami of Ohio. I would be completely fine not talking about them because I want to make it clear I do not respect them as an opponent.
Well, by the time we come back to do this show, well, I won't be coming back, I guess, but by the time you guys come back to do this show, we will have also played Virginia in this scenario. So you want to talk about Virginia?
No, because I don't want to waste a bunch of time on hypothetical matchups when we got actual concrete stuff we could talk about. I was just telling Buck, we're talking about Miami of Ohio because they're opponent. Hell, we spent some time talking about UTC and football when we play them. At least the things we're looking for. So, hell, you got to talk about it. I was trying to give them some flowers for at least winning last night, but I do want to make it very clear. I do not respect them as an opponent. I think Tennessee is going to win by 20 points or more.
20 points or more?
20 points or more. I think we're going to kick their ass.
82-61.
Yeah, I think if you could grab some alt lines, go for it. I will be laying Tennessee in the 10.5 points.
Alt lines.
Sam, what do you think about this for my parlay? What do we think? Let's grade this parlay. Now, it's not a big high payer, but it's plus money, and I've locked it in, and it's what I'm rooting for this first weekend. All right, I got Tennessee to reach the round of 32.
Absolutely.
So Tennessee money line.
I got Houston. Yeah, correct. I got Houston to make the Sweet 16.
Yep.
Okay.
I got Florida to make the Sweet 16.
Yep.
Iowa State to make the Sweet 16.
Yep.
And Michigan to make the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
That's my parlay.
I think the only scary one there is Iowa State.
Hell, make up your mind. I thought you were Iowa State's biggest
I'm
fan.
just saying, if you got a leg that I'd like to analyze, I'm just saying, like, if you're worried about any of them losing the second round, it'd be them.
Honestly, if that's the one that loses the parlay, I think I'd be okay with that.
What's that come out to odds-wise?
It's not a big payer. It's just plus 134.
Oh.
But it's plus money.
Yeah, see, I can't bet those kind of – it'll probably hit, and you'll make a profit, but – when you're only betting $5 at a time, you got.
Yeah.
I need like plus.
Yeah, I've got $4,500 on that.
Yeah,
$4,500.
Would you like to hear my first?
$4,500 to win $5,200 is what I got.
You got what?
$4,500 to win $5,200.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Well, that sounds good.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't have that. That was a joke.
Right, yeah.
I really don't. It was just a joke. It was just a little joke.
Here's my first four.
You did make me scared of Iowa State, though. Like, you think Santa Clara?
Iowa State is going to make
it. I don't think Santa Clara is going to beat them. I'm just saying.
Like Kentucky? Like, what are we
no,
talking
I'm
here?
just saying if there was one that I'd feel kind of dangerous.
Well, that's my hope is that, boom, that cash is on Sunday. I get paid out, boom. And, I don't want to judge you or Buck or any of the other negavols in the chat too much because I honestly – I don't have high hopes for this tournament run. I haven't even looked up to see where we play in the Sweet 16. Where do we even play in the Sweet 16? Do you know, Sam?
No clue.
Like, where's the Midwest
we don't
at?
know where the Sweet 16
is it like in Chicago or Detroit or like?
That'd be a good trip.
I assume it's somewhere like in Big Ten country, but like typically I always know when I start making plans. I haven't made any plans for Philadelphia. I've got zero interest in going there Sunday. And I haven't even bothered to look about the Sweet 16 games.
Chicago.
I ain't never been to Chicago.
Hey, no, really? that's a sight.
I ain't never been. I've had multiple trips planned that I've canceled at the last minute and not gone. I feel like now would be a pretty good time to go to Chicago. No, too cold?
I mean, you're like maybe starting to get there. I think your first time should be summertime in Chicago.
I can tell you what the weather will be. Let's see if it's thawed
It's going to be like 50. I can live with 50. That's just light hoodie weather.
Yeah,
that's,
it'll be.
That's kind of my favorite weather. I don't want to go there if it's like 20 something. It ain't
It'll
gonna
be
be
at
that.
least 50.
It ain't gonna be that, right?
Let's see if Chicago's thawed out yet. Next Thursday, what would that be? Next Thursday, Friday? Next Thursday, 67 degrees.
That's
in Chicago.
perfect.
Friday's only 44, though.
Yeah, okay.
For some reason.
Chicago in the summer is like elite. It'll change your view of like what
It's
it's
a beautiful place.
Different time of year.
Well, the last trip I had planned there was like Thanksgiving weekend, and I was like, that's going to be way too cold. And I was like, I didn't want to travel. I didn't want to get on a plane on Thanksgiving like holiday because I just know that's disastrous in the airport. So
When I was up there for July 4th this past summer, it was incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Just like Wrigley Field, July 4th. That was just old school America, it felt like.
Yeah, Boys Town right there by Wrigleyville. Yeah, it's a good time. Johnny's Beef. Last time I was up there, it was during Pride weekend, and we went up to Wrigleyville, and Boys Town is basically it borders Wrigleyville. There were a lot of gays. A good time though. We had a lot of fun.
They're like, hey, I saw you on that cruise, Cody. Let's go.
We had a lot of fun.
Shout out to you,
Johnny's Beef.
That's a whole different meaning on that week. No. I ain't got no interest in Johnny's Beef on your Pride week. No thanks.
I'm talking about the wood in Elmwood Park.
Yeah, no thanks.
Vito and Nick's on the south side. There's some good food.
All right, well, the wheels will at least start spinning then, because like I said, I hadn't really even given it thought because I was like, we're not sure we're going to make the Sweet 16, and I don't have a lot of confidence that we can navigate our way through. But the thing about the tournament is, the thing about filling out this little bracket and getting all your picks together is that if one thing goes haywire, it can all open up.
I have figured out how to win this bracket. I got it figured out.
You figured out how to win?
Yep.
Okay.
I can't tell you my strategy.
Yeah,
though.
I don't want your strategy because, again, you finished in last place last year. I don't think I believe you.
Okay. Well, I don't finish in last place every year.
I don't know. You're only as good as your last one.
Yeah. I picked one upset just for fun. One that is considered one that other people aren't going to pick. You know what I mean? Like, I got to have one wacky game.
One wacky game.
You know who I picked?
Who'd you pick?
High Point. They're like 30-4, and they average 90 points a game. I just thought, Wisconsin.
You said, hey, let's get wacky.
Let's get a little wacky.
That, with all due respect, that's not how you win tournament pools.
With all due respect, you win tournament pools by getting your Final Four teams.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you picking High Point's not the difference.
Well, yeah, I know that.
That's what I was saying.
I got to have one wacky game.
Sure, you have something to root for.
I mean, I picked some 10-7s, but I don't consider those.
That's not super wacky.
Like, I'm pretty chalky otherwise. Like,
what if every time I go into a tournament pool, I'm like, hey, this is the team that is either going to win it for me or lose it for me. You know, if you take somebody to go on a deep run that no one else is expecting, who's that team for you, Cody? I got 2 this year.
What's your question?
Or maybe 3.
Who's the team that's
like who are you looking at that's going to either win you the pool or make you finish last?
Oh, 2 of them, UConn and Iowa State.
Okay, so just 2 seats. So nothing super major.
Yeah, but what I'm thinking is, like, I think everybody – I looked at all the expert picks brackets, like Vitale, Seth Greenberg.
When I think of college basketball experts that I want to listen to, it's 88-year-old Dick Vitale.
Well, I mean, all basketball people. I looked at all of them. I looked at Seth Greenberg. I looked at Ron Slade.
So you just went to ESPN. So you looked at those guys.
Well, I looked at what everybody else was picking.
It's funny. I don't consider any of those guys experts. Like, Ron Slade knows the SEC, but, like, I don't know how much ball.
Well, that's just who they got on the
country.
ESPN app, you know.
No, I know. But I'm just saying it's funny that ESPN is the main show in town, and I don't think of Seth Greenberg as a college basketball expert.
SVP,
like Jimmy
Stephen A.
Dykes.
Smith.
Like Jimmy Dykes for years now has been messaging our good friend Will Warren, asking him for like analysis and like what he should say on the broadcast. Like,
that's awesome.
But he don't know more than Will Warren does. We talked to Will Warren; he's more of a college basketball expert than Jimmy Dykes is. Yeah, Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith doesn't know anything about the bracket.
They know more in a sense.
Did you not hear Charles Barkley say that he would take Caleb Williams #1 overall?
No,
there is no Caleb Williams in this draft. He said Caleb Williams, to me, that's the #1 pick.
They know more in a sense of like when it comes to coaching and like being in the atmosphere and stuff like that. Maybe not the analytical stuff, the numbers.
Well, the atmosphere is, I mean, sure, if you're talking about like
Are you saying Will Warren knows ball more than Jimmy Dykes?
Yes.
That's what you're saying?
Yes.
But Jimmy Dykes has coached basketball.
He's coached women's basketball at Arkansas. Yeah, he didn't do very good at it.
But that's two different ways
He
of
might
knowledge.
know. He might know more about coaching, but like that doesn't matter now.
Well, I think it does when you get into the
No.
tournament.
I'm talking about him actually knowing how to set up drills and do that. That might matter more. But like, I can grade a coach and grade a coach's system.
Yeah, but
You
you're
don't have to
talking
actually-
about two different things. I think.
No, you're talking about two
No,
different
one thing is analytics and
No, I'm talking about
and
watching.
numbers.
I'm talking
And
about watching too.
The other thing is ball on the court. It's being in the game. You know, like they're two different things to me.
Sure, but Jimmy Dykes being a coach has nothing to do with that. Like again, he might know how to set up drills and go out and recruit,
But he knows the game of basketball.
Sure,
like he knows how to teach the game. He knows.
Yeah,
the
but
game.
again, teaching doesn't have anything to do with what we're doing now.
Well, no, but I think I don't think you can say he doesn't know ball though.
I think at 2026 college basketball, judging the teams, judging the coaches, judging everything overall, our friend Will Warren knows more than Jimmy Dykes, and there's a reason Jimmy Dykes has been in Will Warren's DMs for a decade trying to get information for him.
That's
from
cool.
him.
If I was him, I'd be helping him out.
I mean, he did. Jimmy Dykes used to always give a shout out to him on the broadcast.
Oh, he did?
You don't remember that? He'd always be like, "These stats come from my friend Will Warren. Stats by Will does a great job." No, he's giving him plenty of shout outs. Like
That's
he's
cool.
giving him attribution.
Hadn't given him any
He didn't
money.
give him he didn't give him a job or anything, but he gave him plenty of attribution.
No, but having those connections, you know, he could, you know, at some
But
point, maybe.
like 100%, I trust Will Warren's eye on college basketball in 2026 more than I do Jimmy Dykes. Damn sure more than I do Stephen A. Smith. Like maybe it's not fair to pick on Jimmy Dykes. More than Dick Vitale, more than some of those other guys you mentioned.
Yeah, again, I'm just looking at it as kind of two different things, like the ball on the court versus all the other stuff.
Like, do you
around it,
trust
like the
do
numbers?
you trust Joe Buck more to talk about the NFL than you do like guys that break down film that do all the someone like Dan Orlovsky or Mina Kimes or somebody there that's actually breaking down film and watching the entire
Joe
league
Buck
and talking
is
about
just
it?
a play-by-play man. He's not a color guy, so that's a different.
Okay, but he's studying. So I mean, Troy Aikman. I mean, do you think?
I think Troy Aikman knows the game better than Mina Kimes. Yeah.
Okay, what if we go older though? Because we're Troy Aikman's the best in the game at doing the color. But like any color guy on CBS, like that's
Well, again, it comes back to I think it's two different questions. Do you know the game from a macro level or a micro level is kind of what you're asking, right?
No, not exactly.
Like guys who have been in the game on the field, they know different things about the game, different nuances about the game.
Yeah, all that. I'm not trying to downplay that. I don't think that means they know more about the current landscape though. They might could tell you war stories about like certain things, but that doesn't matter whenever you actually start playing basketball.
It depends on what you're
or football.
Yeah, it depends on what you're looking at.
Hey, like if this guy's knuckles go white, that means he's pass rushing. Like that's a nice tidbit to have, but that doesn't mean he can break down what this team's going to do against zone coverage.
So you're
better than
saying
somebody.
once the guys get old, they get stuck in their ways and they don't like
a little bit, but also just don't think they put the same amount of homework in.
Well, okay. Well, who's your favorite NFL like numbers and analytics guy? Who do you respect?
I like Warren Sharp and I like Mina Kimes. Those are the two.
So
I
do
like.
you think Warren Sharp knows more ball than Tom Brady?
I think. Well, no, not more than Tom Brady. I think Tom Brady and Troy Aikman are both very good, but I'd take him over the guy that's on the C team on CBS. Whoever's the C guy. I'm just saying, like, that's doing
Tony Romo's the A guy,
right? I'm talking about like whoever's doing like the random Titans game on Sunday afternoon. Like, I think they know more than those people. Those are usually former players.
Yeah,
back when like Tiki Barber was doing football, like I would take them over Tiki Barber.
There's different assets I think that different people can add.
Like in NBA, I think Zach Lowe knows more than Reggie Miller does at today's game. I take him more seriously in his analysis.
Well, you don't like Chuck and Shaq the way that
they don't know they don't know ball anymore, and that's fine.
But they it's hard to say they don't know ball.
They don't know ball anymore
when you're considering it's Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal.
Their whole shtick is they don't know ball. Their whole shtick is
they don't know the players. They don't know the.
You can't know ball if you don't know players.
No, but they know the ball. Like they know they know ball.
They know the sport themselves, but like they're kind of relying on like what they've done in their career, kind of to.
If you
maybe not allow them to be as like up and coming with just like the current pulse of whatever league they're in.
If you're playing, if you're having a basketball discussion about the NBA today, there are 100 people off the top of like just going through my Twitter following that I would take their opinion more seriously than Shaq and Charles right now.
Yeah, but they still know ball more than they know the landscape.
I'm a 3-time All-Star talking about Wichita State tonight playing against Wisconsin.
Yeah, they don't know what's going on in those games.
Oh, I'm not even talking about in college. I'm talking about the NBA. Like Kenny, I still think Kenny's pretty good. Kenny's whole shtick isn't like comedy, though. Kenny still gets down there and breaks the film down. But, like, the game is completely different than when Shaq and Charles played.
Well,
so it's not like they could say, Shaq's answer for everything is throw the ball in the post. Gonna dominate, get 30 and 20. Like, shut the hell up.
It's the same thing as when you say I don't know music because I can't name some Selena Gomez song from 2012, but I know how to play a guitar. It's two different things.
Sure.
It's knowing the ins.
And I would not have a discussion with you about current music. You don't know anything about current music.
I would say I probably know more
if we put on
current pop hits than you do.
If we put on, that was your example right there, but like you being able to play a guitar,
well, that's the top 40.
You being able to play guitar does not mean that you could have a discussion about what's happening though.
No,
currently.
But you can't say I don't know music if I know how to make chords together and how to make melodies and things go together and stuff like that. Like it's two different things the way I see it. It's a macro level versus a micro level is what you're talking about.
Jimmy Dykes being able to coach basketball does not mean that he necessarily knows a lot about current day basketball, though, is the point. You being able to play guitar does not mean that you know a lot about current day music. Those are two different things. Shaq being able to dunk a basketball and run the court does not mean that he can break down who's better in the NBA now and schematically and doing all this stuff.
I mean, just being able to name things and recall things because you've studied the current going on is like, is that as valuable? Like
in today's game,
I've watched 8 Illinois games and I've watched 8 Houston games.
Yeah.
So I feel knowledgeable to pick Illinois over Houston.
Those people are. Well, I'm going to take their opinion. Somebody that watches all these games and loves college basketball. Yeah, I'm going to take their opinion
can
more.
Watch games.
Sure, but like if they're actually studying it and they've proven they know what they're talking about, and they're diving in and they bring numbers and they bring film stuff and they do all that, like 100%. Like Will Warren versus Charles Barkley.
So you think if a guy wins a bracket challenge, it means he knows ball?
No, that's not what
game's right.
No, when did I say that ever?
Well, you said those people have a more educated opinion.
Those people are smarter at talking about it. That the thing about these games is that they're still going to roll the dice. It's still going to be a snow globe that gets shaken up. Like those people wouldn't be necessarily, 100% in their picks or even like being able to be 58% and be profitable gambling. But they've done the work going into it. They know the matchups. It still comes down to who can make plays.
I like the guy who's been in the locker room and whipped his teammate with a towel. I like guys who have been on the inside. I like hearing their opinions. They just have more of a perspective to me.
I mean, they want to give you stories about the locker room, sure, but like I don't necessarily care what they say about today's current climate. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
That's fine with me. I mean,
you're the one that comes in here and
consume whatever media you want.
You're the one that comes in here all the time bashing Chris Lofton, talking about how much he sucks at his job.
Why he's not a good broadcaster, and I don't.
Watch your head, Mike.
I don't do that.
Yeah,
by the way,
you come in here and bash Chris Lofton. You just did it again.
I don't do that.
You just did it again.
I don't do that. You just opened
the
the door.
moment I
for
said
me
it,
to
you
do
said, "Well, he does suck." You just did it again
as a broadcaster.
But he knows ball. All these things. Listen to him.
You just opened the door for me to do that. I hadn't done that in the past.
You do it all the time.
I mean, I'm a better broadcaster than Chris Lofton. Talking about two different things here, brother.
Hour one. Yeah, you're talking about to tie it all together. You're talking about Jimmy Dykes being a coach versus actually like studying the game. Those are two different things, brother.
Well, you said he didn't know ball.
Two different things,
he knows
brother.
Ball.
You got the point. It took a long way, but you figured out what the point was.
You still hadn't figured it out.
Yeah, I do.
You said Jimmy Dykes doesn't know ball. He knows ball.
He doesn't know current ball. Hour one in the books. Hour two on deck. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340 WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia, courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys, every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
Surfside is made with vodka, real tea, and real juice, and has only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no bubbles, no troubles. That's why Surfside was named the 2025 Spirit Brand of the Year by MarketWatch. Their variety packs come with options: iced tea, lemonade, or green tea. Find your flavor by trying them all. Surfside, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older to enjoy. Party smart.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jacob Wilco at Knoxville Smiles. Have you ever wanted to improve the look of your smile? We know firsthand what the power of a great smile means to a person's confidence and health. Our team of doctors can provide you with an array of options for helping you achieve your cosmetic goals. From simply moving teeth into a better position, to reversible cosmetic bonding, to full mouth implant-supported dentures. It is our goal to help patients feel good about their appearance while achieving optimal health. Want to learn more? Call us at 865-539-1776 to schedule an evaluation, or visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com.
Does technology make us more alone?
You're listening to Talk Sports.
Yes, it does. Those lonely nights alternating between Bumble and Tinder, and you just keep swiping. You know the feeling? You guys know what I'm talking about. You just keep swiping, right? You do it on Tinder for about 20 minutes. Occasionally, okay, there's a fat girl. I don't know. And you just can't hit.
Airing every day
from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
And it does make you contemplate life as you sit there and you say, well, this is depressing. I'll go check Twitter. And it's just all hatred on there. Go to Facebook. My grandma had liposuction. That's nice. Check out this. You go to Instagram, you see all the babes there. Think, man, wouldn't I love to live that life? You think about what it would be like if one of those Instagram models just accidentally swiped right on you for once. Go to Snapchat. Oh, got a new one. New notification. That's from Team Snapchat. Damn it. And happy Easter to you, too.
On 1340 WKGN.
So, yeah, if you ask me if technology makes people lonely these days, sometimes the only interaction you get is Uber or Uber Eats. At least you get some human interaction that way.
Just take the point. I don't want it. Just Cody wins.
Hour number 2 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Oh, yes. Tournament time. Boozing. They go hand in hand. Pick up some White Claw Hard Seltzer. Drink responsibly. We'll sneak out at lunch. Oh, you dog, you. Gonna go out and go see a client. Quotation marks. I know what you're doing. You're watching the tournament. Yeah, drink some White Claw Hard Seltzer. Pick up a variety pack. Keep them at your fridge at home when you're out at the bar. It's a nice alternative to beer. White Claw Hard Seltzer. Hour 2 headlines. What you got, Big Mac?
Thank you, John. Tom Brady coming back to football on the big stage again.
He's talking about his damn flag football league again.
Well, he's not ruling it out. The 7-time Super Bowl winning quarterback who played in 10 Super Bowls in his career has left open the possibility that he could play flag football in the LA Olympics in 2028. I would never say never, Brady said Tuesday in an interview with Good Morning America, in which he talked about the Fanatics Flag Football Classic, of which he is a founder.
Yeah, he's not fooling me. I'm not paying any attention to any Tom Brady stories.
He said it's unlikely he would play, but he wouldn't rule it out, though he would like to let the young guys, Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, get out there and try to win a gold medal for the U.S.
I want to see Rajon Rondo play.
Would you feel pride in winning a gold medal for flag football as an NFL player? I think the guys that, like, you know, that guy that, you know, caused a whole stir, like, I'm the professional flag football player here. Like, I think he would, but.
Do you think Rajon Rondo would? Because he's an NBA champion, but two-time
playing
NBA
flag football?
He's apparently the number one flag football quarterback in the – I think he's passed over. Yeah, like, let me verify this because I saw posts about it. Let me see. Rajon Rondo.
I don't think Patrick Mahomes would get fulfillment from a gold medal of flag football when he's won Super Bowls.
Is this
flag football just seems dumb.
All right. As of early 2026, 39-year-old Rajon Rondo is widely reported as the number one flag football quarterback in the United States.
That's awesome.
I mean, On3 has a story about it in February saying that he is joining a professional league. So, like, there's a lot of talk about it. So, I don't think I got fooled. I think Rajon Rondo doing it would be kind of cool.
I mean, that's cool. I'm saying, like, I don't think Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen are getting fulfillment, getting the gold medal around their neck for, you know, evading random guy from France.
It's the same.
Trying to snag his flags off of him.
Do you not think the Dream Team got fulfillment in 1992? Whenever, like, when Jordan and Barkley and Pippen, all of them went out there and kicked the
Yeah, but
rest.
that's the equivalent of, like, the Dream Team playing on an 8-foot basketball goal.
Well, that's kind of what they were doing. I mean, look at the scores of all those games. They beat all the countries by 30-something points. Like,
yeah, but they were at least playing on, like, a regulation hoop. Like, they're not playing real football. They're not tackling. They're just going out there and playing a kid sport.
Well, on the flip side, they were playing a sport that they were used to, that they knew they were better at then. There might be some intricacies in flag football that maybe evens the playing field a little bit. That's what they claimed about 3-on-3 basketball. Do you remember that in the Olympics? Like, America got beat in the Olympics in 3-on-3 basketball because they didn't know how to play the game. Like, we didn't send our best players either. But we had the women did, though.
Jimmer for that.
Yeah, but the women did. The women sent good players. The women had
they win?
At least one of the teams got upset. They sent multiple teams, but I don't think the women won either.
I thought our women at least medaled.
Yeah, but I think it was a bronze. I think Haley Van Lift's team got a bronze medal, if I remember correctly.
She's got gold in my book.
Let me see. Women's Olympic 3-on-3 basketball.
I think you're right. I don't think gold, but maybe silver. I don't know.
I thought that our team only got bronze is what I thought, but that's, you know, so it's a different type of sport. It's like volleyball versus sand volleyball. So, like, I would say that's even worse looking at the Dream Team going out there, and they were still excited to get their gold medal. I think getting a gold medal in the Olympics would still be pretty cool, even if it's a sport that you're supposed to dominate in. Now, whether or not Patrick Mahomes would feel pride about it, I don't know.
The Philadelphia Eagles are trading a 2027 pick for Panthers quarterback Andy Dalton.
It'd be really cool to say, though, like, you know, in your resume, I'm an Olympic gold medalist. Like, that's pretty cool.
The Eagles acquired Dalton from the Panthers, sources told Adam Schefter Wednesday.
Yeah, Germany and Spain won gold and bronze, and America won the silver medal in women's 3-on-3.
Philadelphia prioritizes stocking its quarterback's room. And as Sam Howell's departure and free agency to the Cowboys created an opening alongside Jalen Hurts, now they've added Andy Dalton.
Apparently finished 7th.
That's big news.
And men's 3-on-3.
The NFL is considering a 5-year window for pick trades. The Browns have proposed an NFL rule that would rule change that would allow pick trades 5 years out.
It's funny to me that it's the Browns trying to do this because the Browns are like, hey, we're on the hook right now for the worst trade in NFL history. With all we gave up for Deshaun Watson, we need somebody to come out and give up 5 first-round picks for a bust. We need somebody to really come out and blow us out of the water.
NFL is also looking at a list of potential replacement refs if the CBA is not reached. They're laying the groundwork for hiring replacement officials this season if they cannot agree on a new collective bargaining agreement with the NFL Referees Association. Could be all new referees if they can't come to an agreement.
I would imagine they get something done.
What is this whole situation, though, with the new Players Association, like, executive director or someone like that? That guy that said, like, I'm not interested in taking this position again, and then they just reelected him again?
I'm not sure.
Well, have you been keeping up with this missing Alabama student over in Spain?
No.
Barcelona police have found the missing student James Gracie's phone. They found it when they arrested someone, his family recently revealed.
Oh no! So they arrested somebody and they had his phone.
It appears that way. Yes.
It feels something like it. Do they know if he's dead or not?
No, they don't know that yet. But he had been missing after going there and partying in Spain. He was last seen around 3 a.m. Tuesday on security footage leaving a popular Barcelona nightclub with an unidentified person, it says, after a night out with his fraternity brothers. Police recovered his phone during the arrest of another individual without making clear if the bust was directly related to the Spring Breakers' disappearance.
What are the friends saying? Do we know what the friends are saying?
His aunt said, we don't know whether the phone was lost or stolen or whatever. Beyond that, we don't have a lot of additional information right now.
Do we have any info from his friends?
They just
sounds like they all left, and then he was like the last one to go.
And he just never turned up at the
Airbnb. I get it. You're a guy. You probably don't think you need to stay together. Like, hey, you'll take care of yourself. But, man, like, being out of the country with a group, you should probably just stay with the group. Like, hey, maybe you're working on something. Yeah, I get it. So, you got this girl. Yeah. But probably not worth it. You should probably at least stay with at least a couple people there.
It's also indicated here that foul play is suspected in his disappearance.
Yeah.
So that's
I hadn't seen anything about this story.
That's interesting. Yeah, he's a Alabama student. It's been a big story surfaced the last couple of days. Blake Griffin has hit the beach with his model fiance after a quiet engagement.
Who?
Blake Griffin.
Okay,
recently got engaged.
Glad you're bringing the news we all care about.
Did you know that he had gotten engaged?
No. No, I didn't know about Blake Griffin being engaged.
Well, he is. Dalton Connect has put out his NCAA bracket.
Let me guess. Tennessee winning it all.
He's got the Vols winning it over Duke in the final game. His final four is Duke, Houston, Arizona, Tennessee. A couple other notable picks he made. The 15-seed Queens to take down Purdue. And he also picked Hofstra to beat Alabama.
So he's just going off vibes. That's how you do a fan brain bracket there. That's how you have your fan cap on. Not by picking us to lose in the Sweet 16 like Cody did. That's how you be a fan. All of your ops going down. Your team going all the way.
On this day in 2011, the legendary Jimmer Fredette shocked everyone, dropping 34 points in a win over Gonzaga.
Shocked everyone?
Remember that? Yes, he shocked everyone. Jimmer Mania. You remember Jimmer Mania?
I don't remember it coming out of nowhere on this day in history.
Yeah, he shocked.
What do you mean he shocked everyone? What do you mean?
He shocked everyone, dropping 34 points in a win over Gonzaga.
Yeah, but what do you mean? What are you saying? How is that shocking? Like, was Gonzaga number one in the country? Like, did they knock out the number one team? He was a damn All-American, wasn't he?
He shocked everyone.
How did he shock everybody? He averaged 29 points his last year in 2011. How is him scoring 32 points shocking?
Because NCAA March Madness tweeted that he shocked everyone.
I
So
don't
take it up with them if you have a problem.
I don't feel like I was shocked, though.
Well, I'm sure others were.
BYU was a 3 seed and Gonzaga was an 11 seed. BYU was supposed to win that game.
Some people were probably shocked.
I don't understand how they were shocked. BYU was really good that year. They were 32-4.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmer Fredette averaged 30 points a game and was an All-American. How is him scoring 34 points shocking? Can you explain, Mr. Newsman?
I can explain that it was tweeted by NCAA March Madness account. So if you want to take it up with them, then
I'm
feel
just
free
wondering
to send them a direct message.
I'm just wondering what made it news to the newsman.
It was on this day is why it's news.
3 seed beats an 11 seed 15 years ago today. Good stuff. Oh, yes, that BYU-Gonzaga second-round matchup we all remember from 15 years ago.
If you continue this trend of picking apart every one of my headlines, we're going to have a problem.
We do have a problem.
No, we're going to have a problem.
We do have
I'm
a
just
problem.
letting you know.
You just gave us a
let's
headline.
Get ahead of it now.
You just gave me a headline of a 3 seed BYU winning by.
I gave you a on this day. Okay,
you couldn't find a better on this day.
I gave you an
than
on this
BYU
day
as a 3 seed
it's
beating
the
Gonzaga.
damn NCAA tournament.
Right.
I don't have to explain myself, and I'm not going to.
You can't find a better this day in history from the NCAA tournament.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
I'm sure I can find something better from this day.
Keep it up.
Let me look up March 19th. Let me go to the tournament in 2011. Let me go check.
Louisville will be without star freshman Mikhail Brown against USF officially. Reported yesterday. The star freshman for Louisville, Mikhail Brown Jr., out against South Florida. So if you're thinking about picking that game one way or another.
If Jimmer Fredette had scored 50 points, that would have been shocking.
That's a popular upset pick.
50 would have been that.
Louisville and South Florida.
He averaged 29. He scored 34. That's within one standard deviation. We'll get back to some tournament talk. Got some Tennessee football stuff, too. Stick with us right here on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life. Days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half. Simple luxury for on and off the course.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies, acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
Fall fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
To my bracket this morning. 3 changes. I don't know if I'm going to regret them or not, but I've made 3 changes. Oh, should I change it back? Oh. We got breaking news.
Cade Cunningham has a collapsed lung.
Oh, no. I've made 4 changes as I've changed back my other one that I thought I was just changing.
He plays for the Detroit Pistons.
He was an MVP type of candidate. He went out the other night. He kind of ruined one of my parlays. I had him to get 9 assists against the lowly Nets, and then he only played 5 minutes and went out. And I was like, man, you can go to hell, Cade Cunningham. But I guess he's going to with a collapsed lung.
I don't think he's going to die.
He just got hurt. You collapsed a lung during the game, though? Because, I mean, he was playing, and then all of a sudden he wasn't. Like, it wasn't like he got in a car crash or nothing. Like, he was playing basketball and then just left the game, and he cited back spasms. So you're mean to tell me his back spasms were a collapsed lung?
He has been diagnosed with a collapsed lung and is expected to miss an extended period of time, says Shams.
Interesting.
Thank you to William for sending that in. Big news for the Eastern Conference race, says William.
They're 3.5 games up right now as the 1 seed. The Celtics right behind them. What a season for the Celtics. I thought they were left for dead. They started off the season so poorly, too. And then they just all of a sudden decided, actually, we're still really good. And then they got Jason Tatum back. They started out the season 0-3, Sam. That means they've gone 46-20 since then.
It's a lot of wins.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Well, they were 3-5. They weren't very good. Now they're the most dangerous team in the East, not named the Atlanta Hawks. Number 11 last night, 11 in a row, Cody. Cuckoo! Cuckoo!
Wow. How about that?
Yeah, that's right. 11th win in a row.
Says they're searching by land, boat, and aerial drones to find this kid in Spain. And no luck. So far, no signs of his whereabouts. They did find his wallet in the water, though, it says. That's not a good sign.
Sam, do you have teams that will make or break your bracket today? Or, just over the next week or so? Cody said his were UConn and Iowa State.
Those are my 2 make or break teams.
Yeah, I don't love that one of my teams overlaps there with Cody.
Damn.
But
what is it with everyone
Shots
being
fired.
such a jerk this week? Can we not all be happy and being
Shots fired at Cody McClure, a.k.a.
Why is everyone being so damn mean to me?
A.k.a. Mr. Last Place in the bracket pool.
Why is everybody being mean to me?
I mean, your trends with.
Have I offended someone this week?
Was there a collective group gathering without me here at the office and everybody said, let's all be a jerk to Cody?
I think it's only when we get into the prediction game, Cody. There's no problems with you. It's just fantasy.
Look,
I'm just March Madness last year. We're 0 for 2. We've got bad trends.
I mean, come on, I'm on a bad streak. It's two things.
That's
in
March
a row.
Madness, man. You got to go with streaks.
Yeah, but man, give me one more hit. Just down on my luck.
I could get hot at any moment.
Yeah,
just because last
he's
year
at the casino asking for a marker. Can I get a little bit more money? Can you give me a credit limit? I'll get hot again. I promise.
Here's what you got to know about me being last place last year. It's not necessarily that I picked bad.
Back-to-back last places is crazy.
It's back-to-back what?
Last places.
The problem, Cody, is that last year was the easiest year of all time in college basketball to go nail a bracket.
What would you say? Is last place is not accurate?
But listen.
You finished last in fantasy, last in the bracket pool.
That's precisely why I didn't do it.
Back-to-back last
because
places.
I knew everybody was going to go chalk.
So I'm worried that you're going to zag when everyone else is zigging this year.
But
just like last year.
But what I'm saying, Sam, is that doesn't mean my first round was bad. My first round was pretty good.
We're not talking about first round. We're talking about UConn and Iowa State. I think we all got UConn and Iowa State winning the first round. Surely that's not your make or break team for first round. Everyone's going to have those picks, brother.
Who's talking about UConn and Iowa State? I was.
You!
Sam was getting ready to talk about somebody else.
And he said that his teams overlap with you.
Yeah, I said
one of them.
Iowa State
Right.
is my big team.
All you got to know is that Iowa State is the best on-ball pressure defense in America, and Michigan is susceptible to turning the ball over. That's what you got to know.
So Iowa State's what you would consider your make or break team.
Yeah, I know it's a 2 seed, but Iowa State's the team I'm running with.
You don't need Evan Morikawa or whatever to tell you that.
And I definitely think Houston might bite me.
Houston's going to bite me for sure because I can never get Houston right.
Yeah.
That's one of the changes I made today was putting Houston in my championship game. And they're for sure going to get bounced in the Sweet 16. Like Illinois is probably going to beat them. Yep. But I rode with Houston.
Yep. Illinois is the pick there.
I got a couple of teams that are my make or break teams. I think I would judge if I had to pick two. I got three. I got three that'll either win me the pool or make me look really stupid. Houston, like I said, I got them in my championship game, even though I know they're going to let me down. I got Purdue in the Final Four, and I got UCLA in the Elite Eight.
That might be the one. That's going to be – I agree. Like, they're either going to go make a run or they will lose to UCF in the first round.
Yeah,
it's going to be one of the two.
UCLA. UCLA, fight. That's where I'm at. I am ruined up. Me and Basketball Whiplash, we are going to run through this tournament together.
Remember that the big Mara boy that we played against last year? You know, he ended up at Michigan.
Yeah, he's really damn good too.
He's having a stellar season.
He's really damn good. They really should have kept him.
I think if they would have, they'd have an even better team.
I'm buying UCLA stock.
There is no – you have them where?
I have them in the Elite Eight.
There is no chance in hell that UCLA will beat both UConn and Michigan State.
You're right. They won't beat Michigan State. Michigan State won't be there.
Really?
Louisville in the Sweet 16.
Without Mikael Brown.
They play better without him. This guy don't know ball. They play better without him.
Okay, mark that tape.
The defense gets the
mark
defense.
that tape where you say I don't know ball when you tell me Louisville's beating Michigan State.
The defense.
I want to circle back to that.
The defense is better without Mikael Brown.
I'd like to circle back on that one.
They play better as a unit. Mark it down.
So they're beating UConn and Louisville.
That's what I got.
Okay.
Who is your double-digit seed to reach the Sweet 16?
I guess John Wooden has been reincarnated.
Texas.
I like that.
Texas is my double-digit seed to make the Sweet 16.
I've got that.
I got Vandy in the Elite Eight.
I didn't want to pick that.
I didn't want to pick it either. Hell, that's why I picked Houston because I almost put Vanderbilt in the Final Four, but
tell me
ended up with Houston.
What's the deal on Texas? Because I saw Ron Slay also.
You trying to copy my picks again? He's going. Next thing you know, Cody's going to have Texas.
I'm done, brother. I'm filled out.
Take a picture of it.
I'm filled
Send me
out.
a picture of it.
I ain't crossing nothing out. This is perfect penmanship. I'm not.
Take a picture of it.
It's over.
It's really just about BYU. I think BYU sucks.
I think BYU has like a ton of injuries.
Yeah, BYU sucks. They don't have their guys.
There's a trend. I mean, every year there's always a double-digit seed that makes it to the Sweet 16 too.
Really, for me, that was about I buy Texas's talents. I don't believe in BYU. They just got the Banson. That's pretty much it. And I just don't think Gonzaga is great. So I got Texas beating them too.
You have a double-digit seed in the Sweet 16?
I have Texas as well.
Really? You two guys and Ron Slay?
Three basketball experts.
Yep.
I feel like that Texas team sucks.
I mean, they're terrible defensively, but they can get hot offensively.
Okay.
Texas BYU might be a track meet.
I don't have any double-digit seeds.
I mean, that might be the right pick. And, Texas might not make it. Texas could easily lose to BYU.
I'm so chalky this year.
That's what finishing last place will do to a man. They'll turn him into a coward.
No, that's just what this bracket will do to a man, because everybody I looked at is chalky. There's just not a lot. We talked about it all season.
38 of the last 40 years, a double-digit seed has made it to the Sweet 16.
How many years?
38 of the last 40.
Yeah, I mean,
so you have to
before the NIL era.
That'll tell you that at least one of them will make it. Now, figuring out which one it is,
right.
That's the problem.
But you got to have one in there.
McNeese.
Hope it's not UCF or South Florida. Hope it's not USF.
VCU.
That's one of the changes I made today, Bubba. As I was going through my bracket, I got off the VCU train. Too hot of a pick. Everyone's picking it. All of a sudden, North Carolina goes from blue blood that's like a wounded duck to now it's back against the wall. Everyone's telling them they suck. Everyone's picking against them. Big Hubert Davis, who's 9-2 against the spread, by the way, in the tournament's going to be able to say, hey, nobody believes in you, yada, yada, yada. It's us against the world. Let's go prove them wrong. That's what's going to happen.
I honestly don't see any losses on my bracket.
You have a perfect bracket?
It's possible.
Santa Clara?
Yeah, I got them beating Kentucky. What about St. Louis, Georgia? Where are you guys going there? We're going with our future coach, Josh Sheets, or what?
I thought you were talking about Mike White. I was going to say it is Danny's little brother.
Shirts.
I knew it was something to do with the.
I guess we could hire either one of them.
If we hire Mike White, I'm not watching basketball anymore.
I went with Georgia. Georgia, 14th best offense in the country. St. Louis, 50th best offense in the country. Give me the offense. That's how I feel. Maybe it's wrong. I won't act like I have a lot of gumption behind it, but that's how I feel. I went with offense over defense.
What a fun bracket.
I feel like I'm going to make another change. I can't decide on St. John's and Kansas.
Yeah, that was a head scratcher for me too.
I want to pick against St. John's in the first round.
Yeah, I keep going back and
Northern
forth.
Iowa, baby.
I've marked it out twice. I think I'm ending up with Kansas.
They're both inconsistent.
They're both very annoying, but I think I'll be less annoyed if I pick Kansas because at least I think they play in a real conference and they got real top end talent. I still don't buy St. John's in their conference.
You're not respecting California Baptist?
Yeah, maybe California Baptist can beat them, sure, Bubba. But
I didn't know there were any Baptists in California.
I'm just looking at the potential hypothetical matchup between Bill Self and Pitino. I'd feel dumber picking St. John's and watch them brick open shot after open shot.
They're not going to do that again.
Yeah, they are.
Surely that won't happen again.
I really want to pick Northern Iowa, but I can't get myself to do it. I saw that they're like one of the slowest teams in the country, and they're just going to grind St. John's down into the mud. And if they keep on bricking shots, I don't know if they're getting out of it.
Live a little, brother. Just do it.
But I hate this Kansas team, so I don't want to pick them to the Sweet 16.
Therein lies the problem.
Yep.
Therein lies the problem.
Both those teams very inconsistent, as I read on the preview of the game on the ESPN tournament app.
So Cody sounds like he's going, what would you say, 80% chalk, 80 out of 100 chalk? You said you're pretty chalky?
Maybe more than 80.
85?
Elite 8 is 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-3. I didn't mean for it to be that way, but that's the teams I like. That's but where that's what I'm telling you, where it'll make or break for me is not picking the 1 seeds to the Final Four, because I got UConn and Iowa State going to the Final Four.
So I'll say 85% chalky.
But I'm okay with it making or breaking at the Elite Eight.
I think I'm only like 50% chalk, since I got UCLA and Vandy, and those two in the Elite Eight. I can't call it too chalky.
So you got Vandy beating Florida again.
Yeah,
they've been kind of their kryptonite, man.
I got them beating them there, but I got my Final Four is still 1-2, 1-2. So I guess I can't say it's like anything crazy.
I've got Florida beating Vandy, but my hope is that game doesn't happen, because that's going to be a sweat for Florida, and I got Florida in my championship. My hope is that Nebraska or somebody will beat Vandy.
I wanted to pick Duke to lose. I can't bring myself to pick Duke to lose
at all.
Well, before the Final Four.
Oh,
and that's one of the other changes I made today is I realized I'd picked Duke in the championship, and I was like, nope, I'll pick Houston. So that was another one of the changes I made. I got Duke, Houston, Michigan, Purdue. I got Michigan, Houston, and I got Michigan winning it all. Michigan.
That's probably a good pick. Any updated information on the Duke big man? Have we heard?
I think he's out for the first game.
Just the first game, and then they hope he'll play.
There's a big part of me that thinks Ohio State can beat Duke, though. There is a big part of me there that thinks that. So I got Duke. Duke is the team that's going to make or break me, because I want to sell Duke. I want to short their stock. I just don't know where to do it. And the fact that I have like UCLA making a deep run, I can't pick UCLA to go to the Final Four. You know what I mean? So like that kind of was like, okay, am I picking St. John's? Am I picking Duke or UCLA? I was like, I just got to go with Duke here.
That whole East region has been my least favorite to pick through.
Yeah. You can tell me Louisville gets hot and makes a run to the Final Four. I think any of those top teams can do so. On one hand, we talk about Tennessee getting a good draw to the Sweet 16, but I kind of think I'd rather be in that region just when you look at the 1s and 2 seeds. Hell, even the 3 and 4. Like I would rather, and the 5 seed. Like I know it's a lot of blue bloods, but I think those are a lot of flawed teams, especially Duke being injured. They don't really have any flaws when they're healthy, but injured, they do.
I love that region, because you could convince me any of those teams will beat Duke. But I just don't know which one.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, if you drop Tennessee and
definitely wouldn't be UCLA and Mick Cronin, though.
If you drop Tennessee and Louisville spot, it might be a tougher draw against South Florida and then against Michigan State. But I would rather play UConn than Iowa State.
I thought you hated Mick Cronin. Have you come around on him?
I'm a professional, Cody. I don't let my bias affect how I feel. His team's playing good right now.
No, but I thought you always.
I don't like Mick Cronin.
He wasn't a good coach, or you didn't like him as a coach.
Well, I think he's a weasel. I think he's a little runt.
But you think he can coach ball?
I think he can coach ball. Yeah, and I think they're really hot right now. They've been playing some good ball.
I just thought I remembered from some years ago you telling me that.
Well, I'm allowed to change my opinion if it was from some years ago. Hell, it wasn't like I was saying he sucked like this year.
Well, that's true. More data equals new opinion.
If I said he sucked in 2018, I'm allowed to change my mind in 2026. But no, I just look at the way UCLA finished the year. They beat Illinois. They beat Nebraska down. They beat Nebraska by 20. They beat USC on the road by 21. They beat Michigan State in the Big Ten tournament, and they lost a close one to Purdue. So, I think
their
their
best players got hurt in the Big Ten championship or the Big Ten tournament.
Who's?
Their 2 best players.
UCLA's?
Yeah.
Both their players are hurt?
Yeah.
They're not back?
They're questionable. I think they're going to play.
They're playing,
but
though,
they're
right?
Not 100% at all.
Yeah, they're coming back. They're fine.
Okay.
What do you mean they're hurt?
They're hurt.
Like, what's the injury?
Knees and ankles, I think.
Who are you talking about? Because you can say anything to me.
Donovan
and you can
Dent and Tyler Bilodeau.
Who?
Donovan Dent and Tyler Bilodeau.
Let me get to the bottom of this, because I feel like you're just throwing this out here to scare me.
Okay.
Is there another reason you picked UCLA?
Well, the real reason one of the reasons I picked UCLA is I also just don't think UConn's very good. That's kind of how I feel about them. Donovan Dent and who, Sam? Who's the other one?
Tyler Bilodeau.
Tyler Bilodeau? How the hell do I spell Bilodeau?
Bilodeau.
I haven't seen anything about them missing time for this tournament.
Is it that you see yourself?
I don't think they're going to miss, but they're not healthy necessarily.
Hell, everyone's got ailments.
Do you see yourself?
UCLA
in Mick
basketball's Donovan Dent gives 100% update. 100%, Sam. What the hell are you talking about? He says 100%.
I'm sure they say they're 100%. Just like B.J. Edwards is going to play for SMU, too.
Well, they had to lie so they could get in the tournament. UCLA, if I'm Mick Cronin, I'm making up excuses not to have any expectations. What you're asking if I see myself in it? Go ahead.
Bald man.
Yeah.
Kind of angry.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself a little bit in Mick Cronin? Is that why you want to pick him? You could say the same for Danny Hurley, though, couldn't you?
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. He's skinny, though.
I was trying to think if there's any really
Mick
morbidly
Cronin's pretty
obese,
skinny.
depressing to look at fat coaches on your bracket, but I don't think there really are any in the coaching college basketball. All college.
Tommy Lloyd's kind of chubby.
But you're repulsive to look at.
And
Tommy,
he's my
Tommy,
champion.
Tommy at least is somewhat okay. Like,
do you hear the words you say sometimes? All I said was that you were an angry bald man. And you said that I am, quote, repulsive to look at.
Yeah.
I mean, that's taking it
there's
a little too far.
There's
don't you
somebody
think?
outside of Tommy Lloyd's mother that loves him in his life. I can't say the same for
See,
you.
you take it too far. I think you take it a little too far. You try to cut deeper. So
If Mark Mangino
poke
was
you-
coaching college basketball, maybe I could point to that.
I
but
poke you with a knife, and then you jam a sword right through my, and that's not necessary. I was just having a little fun.
Bob Huggins, maybe like the disheveled, like on his deathbed. Bob Huggins, though, not cool. West Virginia.
Bob Huggins is a drunk.
Well,
I don't drink when I can avoid it.
That's what Bob Huggins tells him too. Hell, I don't want to do this.
Well, I don't have 16 DUIs like Bob Huggins.
Him getting that one outside the Taylor Swift concert is pretty good. The reporter's like, you could hear Taylor Swift in the background.
Yeah, he was probably singing along. Oh, Huggy Bear. He had some good tournament teams.
He had that one that knocked out John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins and the boys. That's about the only one I remember, but that one was a good one. Sam, let's go to break. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go. Fan Run Radio, where Big Orange Country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Welcome to Axel Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axel is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axel Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axellogistics.com.
What's up, Fan Run Nation? This is Evan Rogers with ECR Total Landscapes. I'm happy to announce that our free stump grinding promotion for Fan Run Radio listeners is now extended to March 31st, 2026. If you've got trees in your yard that need to come down before they fall on your home, don't risk it. Call ECR Total Landscapes and mention you heard our ad on Fan Run Radio, and we'll get rid of that problem tree for you and grind those stumps for free. Call us at 865-384-2012 or check us out online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together. Sam Beard, both guys expected to go to against UCF. Fake news. 100%. You're just trying
losing in the first round, brother.
You're just trying to scare me, and it worked for a little bit, I will say. But I was like, I've read a lot about UCLA, and I haven't seen any real concerns that they were going to miss any time. And quite frankly, Sam, it makes me feel better about my UCLA pick because now I know why they lost by 7 to Purdue. They were banged up.
Yeah,
they would have beaten Purdue. Now maybe I should take my Purdue out of the Final Four, but they would have beaten Purdue.
You're just talking yourself into circles here.
No, I'm talking myself firmly into. I might put UCLA in the damn Final Four at this point.
Please,
I might put UCLA in the Final Four.
Now that right there is a fast track to last place. As someone who knows how to get there,
that is true. You do have a lot of experience.
You want to be last place, pick UCLA.
No, I'm not going to pick them, but I'm thinking about it. When they make it, just know I almost thought about it. I almost did it.
I don't really like Mike Keith on basketball either. To be honest with you.
Here he goes. He's bashing Mike Keith and Chris Lofton.
I was listening to the Vanderbilt game, the senior day game, and I heard multiple mistakes from Mike Keith. At the end of the game, he says, and Vanderbilt has come in and won in Nashville. He called Knoxville, Nashville. Also, at one time, he said Tennessee was going to be the 1 seed in the SEC tournament. It's like, what am I listening to? I know it's a hard job. He's probably under a lot of pressure.
Imagine him listening to you give your takes and just nitpicking everything you do wrong.
Yeah, but I don't claim to be the professional play-by-play man for the Vols.
Huh?
There's a higher standard there.
Yeah, there's probably some truth to that. You never got in my bracket pool or my survivor pool.
Do what?
You never got into my pools.
You didn't invite me. Did you see where another one of the Duggars got arrested for molesting a girl, allegedly?
No. It's tough.
It makes two of them.
That's a weird family.
Yeah, it was a weird family, but that show was weird.
Yeah, that was something I was like, we're at a weird point with reality TV.
Yeah. Well, yeah, when it got to 19 kids and counting or whatever.
Yeah, it was too much.
Apropos for the name, I guess. And then also you had John and Kate plus 8.
I didn't like those people.
My mom liked that show.
I didn't like those people either.
You had these big families, and then you had the little people families.
Don't forget the Octomom,
the midget families, and then you had the
Octomom was there. It's like we were rewarding people just for having kids. Like, hey, you can have a bunch of kids. Okay, here's a TV show.
Yeah, I don't remember Octomom.
Hey, you can get pregnant when you're 16. All right, here's 16 and pregnant.
They ran out of ideas.
Octomom, I don't really remember her either, but she had 8 kids. She got pregnant with 8 kids. There was something weird with her. Anyways, Tennessee, Miami of Ohio. We've talked enough basketball. We'll circle back to it by the end of the show. But did you see what Ryan Staub said yesterday? It made news in football circles.
The quarterback from Colorado?
Yep.
Yeah, I did see that.
He came in and he praised Tennessee's coaches.
Said Deion couldn't coach.
Said that this is in 3 years of college football, I haven't had as much coaching as the month that I've been here. That's a pretty good quote. Colorado fans are kind of spiraling in the comments. They're not very happy with it.
Kind of damning, isn't it?
It felt a little good hearing it from a Tennessee perspective. I liked this much more than Joey Aguilar, his take last year of man, practices suck. I did kind of like this quarterback being like, you know what? I'm getting some pretty good coaching here. That made me feel a little good. Now, whether or not he's getting actual good coaching or it's just better than what he got at Colorado.
Yeah, at least he's getting some coaching. I mean, you look at Colorado, they were a real loser program the last couple of years, so it makes sense.
I got to say, this Ryan Staub kid, I don't think he's going to play, but I like him. He said that about the coaches, but he also is really, he's really been praising the other 2 quarterbacks ahead of him.
Yeah, he's going to look good out there holding the clipboard.
Yeah, but hell, he might be here just trying to get an inside track to be like a coach or something. You never know. I don't think he wants to come here and play football. I think he just wants to come here and be on a team.
Jim Bob Cooter.
Yeah, I mean, hell, Jim Bob Cooter's had a good career.
Yeah.
I mean, there aren't very many quarterbacks. There aren't very many quarterbacks that I think you would trade careers with from Tennessee than Jim Bob Cooter.
No, I mean pretty much just Peyton Manning.
Now I don't know, like, if you look into, like, would you rather be Josh? I'd rather be Josh Dobbs than Jim Bob Cooter. You got to play SEC football, and you got to be in the NFL, play some NFL games, make a bunch of money as a backup quarterback.
I don't know. I mean, Jim Bob had eyebrows.
You shouldn't make fun of people with skin disorders.
Bubba, you ever hear of Jim Bob Cooter?
As a coach, yeah.
That's the offensive coordinator of the Colts.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's had a good career, like I said, but, like, you have to balance it. I think I'd still take even being Hendon Hooker over Jim Bob Cooter, maybe.
Just for the highs you had on the field?
Yeah, just like for the 2022 season alone, like, I think. And, like, he made it to the NFL. He made some money.
I think I'd rather have the financial stability of Jim Bob.
Of being like a solidified offensive coordinator that might be a head coach sometime. Yeah, no,
I mean, he's had a better career than T. Martin.
T. Martin,
coaching-wise.
The LSU coach?
Coaching-wise, yes, but you wouldn't trade careers if you're T. Martin. You wouldn't rather be Jim Bob Cooter. He won a national championship.
I'm just looking at financial stability later in life. But at the same time, you could say if you were a Tennessee quarterback, really there'd be no excuse for you not to have financial stability.
Well, especially
because you could always be in Knoxville. You could open a restaurant and,
Well, especially if you win a national championship. Like, I don't know if Jim Bob Cooter can.
But even Hendon Hooker, he could open a business here,
Yeah.
Hookers on the corner or whatever, a bar, call it Hookers on the corner. Put it at like a corner street. That's a pretty good idea. I don't know what street you put it on.
Maybe we just do it and just pretend like it's a Hendon Hooker. We just dedicate it to Hendon Hooker.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of like Peyton's place did.
Right.
Merchants Drive.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they did.
We'll call it.
And then Peyton Manning opened a bar in Knoxville, and people thought, oh, it's a Peyton's place. And then they go there and they're like, Jesus, Peyton Manning's associated with this place?
Hooker's Corner.
Yeah. Well, Hooker's on the corner is
the
name.
I was just going Hooker 'S corner, but if you want to do on the corner, that's fine too.
Hooker's on the corner.
Yeah.
I think that's a good name.
Doesn't really flow off the tongue.
Yeah, it does, actually. It's a really good name. Hookers on the corner, because it's a double entendre.
But everybody would just call it Hookers.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Or just Hooks.
Or Hooker's Corner.
We're going to Hooks.
Call it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, Deion Sanders must really suck.
Sell crab legs.
I feel like Colton Hood's kind of, they've acted like a similar way, coming out of Colorado and getting to Tennessee and getting some actual coaching and maybe being set to be a first-round pick.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
Sorry, I was kind of zoned out there. I was thinking about this restaurant, what kind of food we would sell. How about a crab restaurant? That'd be a good. What kind of restaurant would you open if you had to pick a cuisine?
I feel like there's already a crab restaurant in Knoxville that's got their hooks in.
Yeah, there is, and I guess they're doing well. They're doing better than I would have thought they would have.
Yeah,
that location there, nobody else really made it.
Yeah,
they've
made it. So I would say you wouldn't really want to open up another one.
Okay, so maybe we rule out crab.
Yeah. I gotta say, whenever I saw Riley Robinson, who covers the team, when she kind of reiterated that Faison Brandon is only 17, that did take the wind out of my sails a little bit of him being QB1.
Well, yeah,
like
that's the biggest deterrent from
Yeah, like I knew he was a freshman, obviously, and like I know he was supposed to be in high school. I don't think it really like sunk into me that he doesn't even turn 18 until the summer. That kind of, you shrugged your shoulders, Sam. You don't think that matters?
I don't really care.
Yeah.
Guy can't even buy nicotine. Riley Robinson.
If the kid already looks like that at 17, then
she's cute.
He does look the part. But I just wonder.
Faison Brandon looks like the sophomore, and George McIntyre looks like the freshman.
She works for WVLT.
I just talked about how, like I didn't know if the year in the program had really like given him a head start actually, but I do think the difference between like 19 and 17, surely to God, that gives him at least a little bit of a leg up.
Didn't Faison have a quote saying that like picking up the playbook hasn't really been that difficult?
No, we know he's very smart. Everyone talks about how smart he is at picking up the playbook and everything. I just,
and he said like that it's like sitting out kind of helped him in that. Like he was able to basically dive into Tennessee's playbook, not playing high school football.
Yeah, I don't really care about him not playing high school football last year because he came back for the tournament and played good whenever they got to the playoffs or whatever.
And no ring on her finger either.
The idea of
I'm gonna send a DM.
She's going to block you and say,
there's no option to DM.
Oh, yeah. See, she's already preemptively got ahead of it.
I'll have to follow her. Oh, I'm already following her. Oh, she didn't follow back. A fellow media personality. What the hell, man?
There's supposed to be a code. That is true, though, something about him just getting a year off, basically, to be kind of in the system without being in the system, if he was able just to study that playbook. I know, it's just still, though, whenever she said he's 17, it kind of smacked me in the face. Turns 18 in June, which means he'd be basically, 18 in 2 months by the time the season started? 3 months?
I just feel like the two things, Faison Brandon being 17 and the fact that George McIntyre a year and a half into the system is just now clipping 200 pounds, I think is just about the same thing.
Either way, boys, the point is we're not going to have a serviceable quarterback, it doesn't appear. I mean, you can either take the talented 17-year-old or you can take the 19-year-old that isn't very good. I mean,
you've jumped ship on George?
Well, I like George, but I just, I don't think nobody's expecting him to be anything special. I mean, I don't hate him like Sam does, but I don't think he's going to be anything special,
Okay.
Maybe he will be.
That's what I want out of my quarterback in year 6. Someone who's nothing special.
The year 6 thing does make it hurt.
Really, every year is year 1. Heard
That's
a guy on the radio say that.
The year 6 thing, I got to say, it does make it hurt. Every year is year 1. Still the dumbest thing I think I've ever heard. Hour 1 in the books. We'll kick off hour 2 with some headlines. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Has it been a while since your last dental visit? If so, I'd like to invite you to come see us. At Knoxville Smiles, it's our vision to provide the best dental care in town in a relaxed, friendly environment. So if it's been a while and you've been putting it off, don't wait any longer. Come see us at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule an appointment online at knoxvillesmiles.com or by phone at 865-539-1776.
Surfside is made with vodka, real tea, and real juice, and has only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right. No bubbles, no troubles. That's why Surfside was named the 2025 Spirit Brand of the Year by MarketWatch. Their variety packs come with options: iced tea, lemonade, or green tea. Find your flavor by trying them all. Surfside, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older to enjoy. Party smart.
The best athletes don't just play the game, they change it. When it comes to investing, Gainbridge is doing the same. Their online platform does things differently because it's designed to put you in charge of growing your own savings. It's intuitive, it's easy, and best of all, it's on your terms. No wonder Gainbridge has earned the trust of 40% repeat customers. It's a better way to invest because it's investing your way. Get started today at Gainbridge.io.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Are you ready to show off that confident, radiant smile you've always dreamed of? Well, here at Knoxville Smiles, we're ready to turn your dream into a reality. At Knoxville Smiles, we're more than just a dental practice. We're your partners in achieving optimum oral health. From routine cleanings and checkups to advanced cosmetics and restorative procedures, we offer a wide range of services in an environment that makes every visit a positive and comfortable experience. At Knoxville Smiles, it's about more than just treatments. We're focused on creating a welcoming environment where you feel like family. Our state-of-the-art facilities are designed with your comfort in mind, and our friendly staff is always ready to address your questions and concerns. Don't wait any longer to achieve a beautiful smile you deserve. Schedule your appointment at Knoxville Smiles today and take that first step towards a healthier, happier you. Call us at 865-539-1776 to book your appointment today. or just visit our website at knoxvillesmiles.com.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Are you tired of waiting on interest rates to drop before you start saving money? I'm Chris Burleson with University Lending Group, and I've got a better way. With a traditional closed-end mortgage, most of your payment goes straight to interest, not your balance. But with my Smart Loan, every deposit you make cuts your principal immediately and reduces interest in real time. On average, my clients pay off their mortgage in just 7 years. Call me today at 865-388-7634 or visit smartloantn.com and let's turn your income into financial freedom. NMLS number 332941.
Round 3.
The world's greatest radio show. The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
Power rankings, Tuesday trivia. John Reed and Cody going wild, no Olivia. Wood grain on my leather seats. I got the whole team eating like I'm Johnny Eats. Morning booming from 7 to 10. Ay. Talk sports while I'm chewing a Zen. Ay. Talk sports while I'm riding to work. All the ops take a ride in a hearse. East Knoxville. Ay. Morning booming from 7 to 10. Ay. Morning booming from 7 to 10. Ay. Morning booming from 7 to 10. All the ops take a ride.
Hour number 3 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Want to remind you that tomorrow for Tennessee's round 1 game, we will be out there broadcasting live and watching at Barley's in the Old City, presented by Surfside. Come by, drink some Surfsides, watch some basketball, listen to the playbook, check out the drive, and hopefully watch Tennessee take care of business against Miami of Ohio. Tournament time's here. Time to lock in. Let's start with some headlines. What you got, Big Mutt?
Thank you, John. Andy Enfield is denying misleading the NCAA committee on B.J. Edwards' injury.
Who cares? Season's over, Andy.
He said he looked really good in practice last couple of days, shot the ball well, was moving well. But
is that them blaming B.J. Edwards? Are they throwing B.J. under the bus here?
He said there's a thing called game readiness, and he just didn't feel like he was quite game ready. He said, I could definitely play on Friday if we win this game. Definitely going to play on Friday, but just not quite game ready. That's what Andy Enfield says, coach of SMU. So, you see Prairie View won last night, too? They're going to get into the first 4.
Good for them.
Yeah, they'll probably be a one and done, most likely, it appears. Well, Rory McIlroy has released his Masters Champions dinner for 26. The menu's been revealed. I always love this time of the year when you get to see the last year's Master winner put out the Masters Club dinner. And here's what you can expect from Rory. Appetizers, peach and ricotta flatbread, bacon-wrapped dates with goat cheese and almonds, rock shrimp tempura. I never know how to say tempura. Tempura. It's kind of like, is it Ventura or Ventura? You know, I say Ventura. With a creamy spicy sauce, and also grilled elk sliders as an appetizer. Now that sounds good. Caramelized onion jam with a roasted garlic aioli. The peach and ricotta flatbread also has balsamic and hot honey and basil. How do you guys feel about the hot honey trend?
I like hot honey, but I do feel like we're putting it in way too many things. I'm starting to see like hot honey chips at the store.
I saw it in ice cream the other day.
Nope.
No thanks. Nope. Yeah. First course of the meal, yellowfin tuna carpaccio.
Needs some hot honey on it.
Foie gras, the toasted baguette and chives, some yellowfin tuna, and then the main course. You got a choice of a Wagyu filet mignon or a seared salmon. who's picking the salmon there, when you get a nice piece of beef. Traditional Irish champ, sauteed Brussels sprouts, glazed carrots with brown butter, and crispy Vidalia onion rings. For dessert, we have a sticky toffee pudding.
I kind of thought he was going to go with some nasty Irish food.
I have seen nothing but praise for this.
I mean, it looks good to me.
It's a great menu.
They all look good to me. I've never seen one that didn't look good, honestly.
I've seen nothing
Probably
but
Bubba Watson's.
I've seen nothing but praise.
Yeah, his was like
Grilled
chicken breast.
Yeah.
Caesar salad.
Confetti cake.
Yeah, Bubba didn't go the extra mile on his. Still a fine meal, though, Mashed potatoes, chicken breast, some green beans. Still get you by. I had a great meal yesterday for lunch. Sitar, they do a buffet. They do a lunch buffet. $12.99, which I got to say, kind of a steal for that level of cooking.
No coupons?
No coupons for me, no. Are there coupons?
Oh, it's just like $12.99 for buffet price.
To me, it's a pretty good price for that level of cooking. I mean, it's all home-cooked stuff. It's good stuff. Antonio Brown has gotten permission to travel to California for a medical exam. The AEW star Ricochet is facing some backlash this week after he told a woman...
Bubba's boy. This is Bubba's boy right here. Before you read this, I just want everybody to know that Bubba, A, loves AEW, and B, loves Ricochet, and thinks he's the, quote, best heel in the game.
Well, he's playing
MJF
the part.
is the best heel.
Second best heel in the game.
I mean, he's playing the part of a heel, for sure.
Yeah, he went too far.
He told a woman he's glad that she's battling multiple sclerosis. And he is under fire for this.
Well, that's not how he said it. He said, I'm pretty sure he just said, I'm glad you have ALS.
MS.
MS, excuse me. Sorry. Yeah, MS.
He's facing backlash this week after he told a woman that he was happy she was battling multiple sclerosis. It went down on March 16th. A woman appeared to be criticizing his acting abilities online. Looks like this was posted on X. Some woman named Sandy tweeted several laughing emojis and said his acting hasn't improved, talking about how he couldn't act. And he replied, I'm glad you got MS.
That's crazy.
See, this is what you did to me earlier, because she started it. She was taking a shot at him first, but then he went too far. He took it way too far.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you did to me.
Yeah.
His insensitive comment has since been deleted.
What do you think? Is that too far?
Saying you're glad someone has MS?
Yeah.
That's pretty far.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty far. Now, I don't know. I mean, I don't have the context. Like, perhaps this is a woman who had been nagging him a lot.
Either way, I don't care what.
If it's one of those people that's like relentless and obsessive,
I don't think it was. It seemed to be just like a one-off exchange.
Yeah, I'm just saying I don't have the context.
He goes around. Like, his whole bit is that he just tries to be a real jerk and tries to be mean to people.
Well,
people that are mean to him because he's a bad guy and people make fun of him and stuff. So he just tries to fire back. And then she had MS in her profile, so he said that he was glad she had it, which everyone then was like, whoa, too far.
Take it easy, man.
I think it's one thing to say something awful to other characters. Like I think pretty much everything's on, fair game when you're cutting a wrestling promo on TV. Like CM Punk talking about Roman Reigns' dead daddy. Like, some people would say that's too far, but I think if you're on TV, it's okay. You're trying to make a show better. This is just him tweeting stuff to random people. Like that's gross.
Would this have been too far in the Attitude Era?
To be on Twitter saying that stuff, I still don't think you should be too mean to the fans, especially about like a really debilitating disease. Like MS is terrible.
Yeah, it is.
And like that's I don't think you should ever make fun of the audience in that way.
Well, I tell you
Call
what.
them redneck hillbillies, trailer trash, meth heads, whatever.
Whoa.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like when that's a common way to get cheap heat.
Yeah,
when you go to a town, just shame the
But
people.
you can't make fun of medical disabilities.
Correct.
Yeah, it's okay to shame people for being poor.
You can't do it. I mean, go out and get a job, get some skills, get better at making
Go
money.
to the doctor.
No, Bub, it doesn't work that way with MS, brother. It doesn't work that way with most medical conditions. That's the difference. And I don't think you should make fun of people in real life for being poor. I think that's gross, but I'm saying like at a wrestling show, like you kind of know that you're a part of the crowd. You're a part of the show. You have the option of having that happen to you when you go. I don't think real life people should go around, income shaming people, but I'm talking about just from a arts perspective.
You shouldn't make fun of someone for something they can't control.
But
right?
when pushing,
like if they have a genetic weight issue,
your weight issue is not genetic. Nothing in your genetics makes you eat the way you eat.
Because of poor genes.
Nothing genetically makes you eat the way you eat. But just to be fully transparent, I did think it was a good line in a rap battle when Pusha T made fun of Drake's producer who has MS. He did make fun of it in a line, and I was like, damn, that's brutal. But I was like, it's fair game in that regard.
That's Pusha T.
He said, tick, tick, tick.
Pusha T. How about Master P?
Sick, sick, sick.
How about Master P?
What about Master P?
He wants to be the coach of Arizona State.
Let's go, big.
That?
Well, I don't really care about that, but I need Master P. I need his son, Mercy Miller, to carry my Cougars to the championship game.
The Cougs? What Cougars? Houston?
Yeah, his son plays for them.
I was going to say, not BYU. Travis Steele is confident in his Miami, Ohio Redhawks, saying we can advance deep into this tournament. He believes his boys can advance deep.
Who's this?
Travis Steele, coach of Miami, Ohio.
Well, what the hell else is he going to say? I think we're done?
No, I wouldn't say that. The tournament basketballs, you see they appear to be overinflated for a second consecutive year?
No, sorry. I was looking up these lines.
I was telling Bubba about this. There was some Twitter account last year, a couple years ago, that was dedicated to this, and it was very helpful for gambling purposes.
Really? What do they do? Tell me again. Sorry.
What, you take unders or what do you?
Yeah. Well, someone was like, they basically had like some contact at every site of the NCAA tournament, and
the ball's been overinflated.
The ball was like way overinflated. They were just saying take unders because those balls were just blasting off the rim, basically. Did you see the video of that guy during shoot around? Like he just dropped the ball and it went like over his head.
Yeah. I did see that.
Says players were battling over rebounds at half court.
Well, I saw the video, Sam, but I didn't watch the video because I knew what it was going to be, so I didn't actually hit play.
He takes like a very easy dribble and it goes
over his head.
Do you think they do it on purpose to like increase the drama?
I think most people don't understand that the basketball is not supposed to be like with as much air as it possibly can take. Most people don't know that. You're supposed to drop it. It's supposed to come to like your waist, right?
Yeah,
that's what I would think.
Yeah, like kind of like your hip. Like that's kind of what I've always thought.
Says the NCAA went to this style of Wilson basketball several years ago, but this didn't become an issue until last year.
Do you think this crosses the line in a rap battle, Cody? He said OVO 40. This is talking about a person. Hunched over like he 80. Tick, tick, tick. How much time he got? That man is sick. Is that too far to make fun of somebody? No? Okay. When I heard it the first time, I was like, ooh, that's mean. Then I said that Ricochet can't do that to that woman.
It's not as mean as some of the things Eminem said back in the day.
That is true.
He really went for it, that Eminem.
Yeah, and they made fun of the one guy for having sickle cell. That's another health thing you can't really help. Some people are mean, man.
Yeah, tell me about it. Coach Gainey is turning a year older today. Happy birthday to Coach Gainey. Justin Gainey, a Tennessee assistant coach.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to him. And former Dallas Cowboys receiver Dez Bryant has a March Madness warning for the Tennessee Vols.
What is it?
The former Cowboys receiver Dez Bryant sending a message.
What is it?
To the Tennessee Vols. It's somewhat of a warning.
Can you tell me what it is?
He took to Twitter/X to send the warning.
Okay, and it is?
To the Volunteers. Tennessee in all caps. You got something dangerous on your hands Friday.
Oh, see, yeah.
Tweeted Dez.
America's team. We're going to beat the hell out of them.
He didn't catch the ball.
I don't want – yeah, he did. I thought he did. I don't want anybody to say, oh, it's just Miami of Ohio. I want them to remember how everyone's rallying behind them and talking about how good they are and how they got something. Des Bryant said we got something serious on our hands. I want you guys to remember that when we just take their heads and bash it up against the wall and beat them by 25. I want you to remember how scared Cody McClure was about Cinderella.
Again, I'd like to make it clear I have Tennessee in the Sweet 16.
Yeah, but you're scared. Go back and listen to the first hour of how scared Cody is.
Would you like to know a stat that 12 of the last 14 NCAA tournaments have seen a first four team win at least one other game?
Yeah. I just told you who it was going to be Texas. Texas is going to the Sweet 16. Duh. No, duh.
Okay.
Texas.
If you say so.
I do say so. Oh, I don't feel good about this. I just saw that our good friend Will Warren, a.k.a. Stats by Will, he has Gonzaga in the Final Four? What the hell?
Yuck.
This guy don't know ball. I thought this guy knew ball.
I bet Jimmy Dykes don't have Gonzaga in the Final Four.
I bet he doesn't.
The World Health Organization is preparing for a potential nuclear emergency if the conflict involving Iran continues to escalate.
Gonzaga in
Are
the
we
Final
still a part
Four?
of that?
What, the conflict in Iran?
No, the World Health Organization.
What the hell?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure we're part of it. Something's going on in the U.S. right now. People are trying to connect the dots. You got all these fireballs up in the sky, meteors, comets. You got the war going on. I mean, what's the deal with all these fireballs? Can anybody tell me what's going on with all these fireballs? I see one all the time.
It shows that we withdrew from the World Health Organization.
Okay, Bubba. I see one of these fireballs all the time. I look up at the sky, and it's always there, just burning.
The sun?
Some people say it's the sun. Some people say it's a giant fireball.
I'm going to the movies tonight instead of watching March Madness.
That's on brand for you.
Yeah. I don't really love any of the games today.
You know, that's what happens when you miss two upsets.
Ohio State TCU doesn't fire you up?
What time are you going to the movies?
Ohio State TCU? Yeah, that's at noon, brother. I'm locked in for that one. The night game, I'm going to the movies like at 7. Like Illinois Penn, Georgia St. Louis, Gonzaga, Kennesaw State, Houston.
You're really going to the movies
the ones
tonight?
you don't expect.
Houston, Idaho. Now, I do regret missing BYU, Texas. I want to watch that one, but
Are you serious? You're going to the movies?
Yeah, I'm going to the movies.
Are you even a sports fan?
Yeah. I'll be locked in for Ohio State TCU. Louisville, South Florida.
This is the number one sports day of the year, some people say.
I want to say that I missed most of the UMBC upset over Virginia because I was at the movies too, whenever that happened. I caught the very end of it.
And finally,
I like the movies, man. Ready or Not 2's coming out.
I hear you.
It's going to be there in theaters next week.
All the scores will be on my phone too.
He's got to update that letterbox.
Got to update the letterbox. I got to support
That's sad. That's sad.
There's more important things in life than sports. You boys will realize that eventually.
Movies.
There are. I wouldn't miss something really important for a movie.
March Madness.
St. Mary's versus Texas A&M doesn't meet that threshold.
That's got plenty of it. That's a great game.
Not for me. I don't give a damn.
Hey, St. Mary's by double digits. Mark it down.
Now, if let's say that like Tennessee was playing, Sam, I wouldn't go to the movies instead of watching Tennessee play.
Hell, I wouldn't rule it out at this point.
Tomorrow night's absolutely gigantic game tomorrow night. I think they've moved to the ESPN. Hawks versus Rockets. Hawks coming in on an 11-game win streak. That's a big game. That's a huge game. I'm not going to the movies tomorrow.
Watching like the 58th NBA game over March Madness opening weekend.
I will be watching the Hawks Rockets tomorrow night, Sam, over let me see what's coming on at 8 o'clock tomorrow.
That's the point of March, John. You have no idea what's coming. You say all this, but that's what people said. Oh, I can turn my TV off with UMBC playing Virginia. That's pointless.
Do you really feel like that was like a lifelong memory you'll always cherish?
Yeah.
Yeah? You remember where you were?
Do you remember the movie that you watched instead of watching that game?
No, I don't.
You don't.
No, I don't. I'd have to think about it.
You're going to watch the Lady Vols tomorrow night?
Wow. Now he's sexist too.
Hold on, I got multiple screens. I'll keep up with the Lady Vols and the Hawks Rockets at the same time.
I ain't watching the Lady Vols. I already know what's happening. I know the result.
I think they're going to win tomorrow.
They ain't going to win.
I think they're going to save the season.
I'll bet you whatever you want to bet on it.
Okay, $5,000.
All right,
money up front.
$5,000 sounds good.
Money up front.
Last note here,
or else it's null and void.
Last headline: a Utah wife who wrote a book about grief after her husband's death has been found guilty of poisoning him, and she faces a potential life sentence.
Wait, the book was about grief?
Yeah, this woman.
I thought the book was about murdering her husband.
No, she wrote a book about grief and went on a local TV station to promote it. Corey Richens.
What was the name of the book?
Was her name.
Did it have something to do with murdering a husband in it? They get fooled by the internet?
The name of the book was Are You With Me? By Corey Richens.
Okay.
But anyway, the book was about grief.
This could have been somebody else I was seeing.
And turned out she murdered her husband, according to the courts in Utah.
With a lethal dose of fentanyl.
Yeah, she poisoned his drink. So...
This is not the woman that I saw on the story, though, so that must have recirculated after that woman got found guilty.
She's probably going to do some hard time for that.
Yeah, she looks kind of crazy. She looks like the woman from Saw. Now, I will say, Sam, I'd have to go back and look at 2017, 2018, but Ready or Not, the original, is one of my favorite movies ever, so I'm pumped for the sequel. I think I will remember this one, and I got to say, early reviews did have it 100%. From the critics. Rotten Tomatoes just thumbs up, thumbs down, but it is getting good reviews so far. So we'll see. We'll see if I remember it. We'll see if anything magical happens. Do you think magical happened last year in the tournament in the first round? Because I can't remember one thing in the first round of the tournament last year.
I mean, no, but last year I feel like that was kind of the storyline of it was like you didn't really have a whole lot of
but we've also
stuff that went against the grain.
But we've also been talking about that this year. Like on paper, it looks even more lopsided, right? Like between the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 seeds versus their opponents, like the Ken Palm and the metrics all have it as a bigger gap than ever before.
That's why you tune in, see if it'll happen 2 years in a row or not.
I mean, maybe, but like I think if I went through most of my history, and maybe we could do that in the next break or the next segment. I don't know how many first round things I can really remember in recent memory, like first round games that have really stood out. Maybe you guys can educate me.
Now, didn't you tell us in hour one that you trust the ball knowledge more?
Here's where Cody's going to try to get me. He's got some gotcha. He's going to try to get me on.
I'm going to get you
on something that's going to be unrelated that I can easily sidestep.
I am going to get you here.
This is going to be the time Cody lands it.
Get ready for it. I'm going to get you.
Let's hear it.
You said in hour one
what'd I say?
That you trust the ball knowledge more of the people who actually watch the games. You said that, didn't you?
Okay.
And you expect our audience to trust you tomorrow and talking about the games that happened when you didn't watch them?
When the hell do I ever act like I'm a college basketball expert on the stuff that happens? I say Sam's my college basketball expert because Sam watches the games. So what you're accusing me of not doing, I make sure that I go out of my way to say, Sam, I didn't really watch the game. You're my college basketball expert. What'd you see here? I don't pretend. You're the box score reader here, buddy, not me. You're the one that comes in, just looks at the stat sheet and says, "Oh, let me pretend like I watched the game, like I know what the hell happened." I don't do that. I'm honest with my audience, Bucko.
And that's the talent. He successfully sidestepped it. He did just what he said he was going to do.
I never claimed to have watched all these games. I'm very open about not doing it because I hate when people pretend and it's clear they didn't watch it. I'm not going to lie.
The gotcha train was coming down the tracks and he hopped right off.
There wasn't even a rebuttal from Cody. He just got run over by that.
That was like
what he said he was going to do.
That was like Austin Powers whenever the steam trucks come and he's like, move, and it's like going so slow creeping. Move, for the love of God, move. 4 minutes later, it runs him over.
He simply said, "I'm not an expert."
Yeah, I've never claimed to be a college basketball expert. What the hell are you talking about? Sam, send us a break. We'll talk about some round one memories coming up next.
For the fans, by the fans, this is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, "I've got your back." That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, We will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Your tax refund belongs to you, not an identity thief. Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft last year. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. They monitor and alert you to identity threats you'd miss on your own, even if you're careful with your personal information. And if you do become a victim of tax-related identity fraud, LifeLock has U.S.-based restoration specialists ready to help solve your identity theft issue. Plus, all LifeLock plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, meaning LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan if you lose money due to identity theft. Let LifeLock help protect your financial info, so all you have to worry about is what you do with your tax refund. Go to LifeLock.com, save up to 25% off your first year. The promo code is HERD, promo code HERD, to save up to 25% off your first year. LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work-hard, play-hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
13 years in a row, an upset with an 11 seed or greater has happened within the first 8 games of the tournament. You follow? That means
18 years straight.
No, 13 years straight.
An upset happens.
This guy. 13 years straight, an upset of at least an 11 seed happens in the first TV window. That means upset alert for Nebraska, for Louisville, for Wisconsin, for Duke, I guess.
Wisconsin's the one I picked.
Vanderbilt, Michigan State, or Arkansas. So there's a lot of chances here. All these games in the first window, except Duke and except TCU versus Ohio State, all of them have a legitimate 11 seed or better that could try to pull an upset here.
It's Troy.
It's Troy?
Their players do not take elevators or escalators.
they take the stairs everywhere.
Hell yeah. I bet they got such big thighs and calves. That would be kind of sad if Nebraska lost, because Nebraska, Cody, I don't know if you're aware of this, they have never won a tournament game ever in their school's history.
That's hilarious.
They have never won one, and they are circling this year as the year that they have to win one because they're a 4 seed going up against Troy.
Lots of pressure there.
Yeah, that's a lot of pressure to ask of these Nebraska kids who, I don't know how legitimate they are. I think in my head, I assumed they were kind of an offensive team because I think that's what I think of Fred Hoiberg. But looking at the numbers, they're really not. They're just kind of, I think they're in the 50s in offense and right inside the top 10 on defense.
Sounds like a team that's going to struggle to score.
It is one that makes me scratch my head.
They really flamed out after starting undefeated, didn't they?
Now, that being said, Troy, they're in the mid 100s and everything, both offense and defense.
Yeah, I have Nebraska advancing. I circle the upset at High Point, Wisconsin.
Tempo-wise, Troy plays really slow.
A 12-5, that High Point team just looks dangerous on paper. Granted, I haven't watched a lot of their games. High Point, more like a low point today for Badgers fans.
So your pick is High Point. Sam says Troy. Bubba, do you have which one do you think of the opening window is the most likely for an upset?
Did you hear what I said? I said it's going to be a low point.
Yeah. I heard you.
For Wisconsin.
That was a good one. Yeah. You nailed that one.
Kind of like California Baptist. I think VCU over North Carolina.
Okay, that's not in the first window, Bubba.
Well, I'm ignoring what you said.
Well, that wasn't the prompt.
And Santa Clara over Kentucky.
That's also not in the first window. That's tomorrow, Bubba. They play do you think Kentucky? I'd be pretty nervous if I was Kentucky because that's the first game of tomorrow. That would be pretty. You don't get to enjoy any of the tournament tomorrow. You're straight in the fire. It's the very first game. Either you win and you get to relax the rest of the day, or you lose and the tournament's over for you, buddy.
I feel like their losses recently in the tournament have been night games.
Yep. They always get like the night window because they are, a brand and respected. You could say this is kind of a testament to how far their brand has fallen, that the TV's just like, we don't really care. Just throw them on there. First game of the day.
Some of the most fun I've ever had in an in-person basketball game. For spring break one year, my roommates and I went up to Indy, and we witnessed the Kentucky St. Peter's upset.
Now that's a first.
And we were up there in like kind of the nosebleeds with a bunch of Kentucky fans, and we were just Tennessee fans talking trash. We found like 3 St. Peter's fans next to us, and we were running up and down the aisles, high-fiving them.
I bet those
smack.
Kentucky fans hated you.
Incredible.
What year was that?
22?
2 or 3, I think.
It was the year before we played St. Peter's, wasn't it? Whatever that was that Connect's team that played them the first round.
So this is the year we went to New York.
Yeah.
And lost to FAU.
It would have been 23.
Okay.
I believe.
That's a first round memory. That was one I was glad watching, and I was glad watching, Purdue lose.
Oh, there's been some great ones over the years. Norfolk State. Remember when they beat is that Missouri? Was that Norfolk State? Lehigh Duke, Mercer Duke.
I do love that Cody's like, oh, yeah, great ones. I remember that one that I don't really remember that I'm asking which one it was.
Yeah, well, I second-guessed myself because I was like, was it – because Missouri lost to a high seed one year, but then Kansas lost, and I got Kansas and Missouri kind of confused because they're close together. Kansas – there's been some good ones where Kansas has dropped some games. Northern Iowa over the years. I like Northern Iowa. They're fun. First round memories. What are your first round memories?
That's what I was going to say. I don't know how many stand out to me other than like I liked. What was that guy's name? Was it Gaethje? What was his name? The guy from
Jack Golke.
Golke. Thank you. Golke. Him lighting it up.
Ohio State losing a couple years ago.
Oral Roberts.
That's right. I had a good tweet about that. It was. I don't remember what it was. Oh, here we go. MTSU over Michigan State. That was a good one.
That might have hit me when I was at my lowest, though, in terms of caring about the tournament. Because that was, 2016, if I remember correctly?
Yeah, somewhere in there.
I think that was the lowest of my point of not caring about the tournament. Tennessee was not good, and I thought the product on the court was very bad in college basketball. That was a great upset, you're right, but I remember watching that one just kind of at a lunch somewhere, barely even paying attention.
MTSU has that in their locker room. It's like when you walk into their arena at the bottom level, like the floor entrance, it's just a giant mural of their win over Michigan State. It's pretty cool. It's a good deal for them.
Dunk City.
FGCU.
Dunk City just running down Georgetown was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
That one stands out to me. Them just running them off the court.
I mean, Virginia losing to Baltimore County. I mean, that's the first time a 16 had ever beaten a 1.
Yeah, but like I told you, I wasn't even really watching that game, and I think I had Virginia going deep in my bracket, so I don't think I enjoyed it at all. I think I was actually mad about it.
Yeah. Great redemption for Virginia, though. I don't even make fun of them because it was like that was their key to – they had to have that happen before they could win a national title. They came back and won a natty.
It looked like Purdue was going to do the same thing.
Yeah, they lost. Who was it they lost to?
UConn. I mean, they lost to Fairleigh
Dickinson, yeah.
And then they got back and lost to UConn in the championship. But it looked like they were going to win the championship and kind of have that same type of redemption.
That 2023 season was just a really good tournament for upsets. You remember the Furman buzzer beater against Virginia to start off?
That one was cool.
So you had that in the same year as Princeton beating Arizona as a 15 seed. Fairleigh Dickinson won as a 16. You had FAU obviously making that huge run to the Final Four.
Who was it you said beat Virginia? What was the name of that school?
Furman.
Mm-hmm.
The Paladins.
Yeah, I remember watching that one live.
I remember Kevin Harlan had an electric call for that too.
Yeah, but Stan Van Gundy's there just like, oh my God, the video of him just being so shocked because they were up 2 and just completely tried to throw it all the way down the court and it got stolen right into a bang to lose.
My all-time favorite's probably Mercer beating Duke because I picked it. And everybody thought I was so smart. All my friends were like, oh, you're a genius. How'd you pick that? Why'd you have that? Yeah, just no ball, you know. Miami, Ohio beating Tennessee.
This is sad, Cody. You actually that nervous?
Yeah, he's terrified.
Yeah.
He's terrified.
Yeah.
Cody.
If a Red Hawk came into this office, he'd swoop you out of here.
Cody only cares about the last thing he's seen the teams do. And the last thing he did was see Miami of Ohio drain a bunch of threes, and he watched Tennessee, choke away that game against Vanderbilt.
I see one team that can shoot. I see another team that can't. That is what I see.
We are going to beat their eyes shut.
And I hope you're right, because, again, I have us in the Sweet 16.
Which
feels stupid, if I'm being honest. It feels really stupid. It feels like I have some big orange sunglasses on. Virginia's 29. Do you know Virginia's 29-5?
Yeah, I do know that, but it brings in
3 of those losses are probably Duke.
It brings into question how good the ACC actually is, though, in my opinion.
Well, maybe. I mean, Louisville, Miami, they got a few other quality teams.
It makes me wonder, because SMU was an ACC team and they didn't look very good.
Clemson, North Carolina, they're all in,
right?
So they got at least 6 teams in.
Yeah, and I do feel like the ACC is better this year than it has been in the last couple years. But it does make me wonder just how good the ACC is if they were able to run through it.
Yes.
If you could pick one upset in the first round that you get to lock in to make happen, which would it be?
Well, what's the seed got to be?
Anything.
High Point over Wisconsin. It doesn't really matter.
That's what you're using your magic genie wish on is just that your own little damn bracket that has nothing to do with Tennessee or nothing to do with anything.
Oh,
I'm saying you get to pick one upset in the whole field.
That, you want
Just you get to
that
pick
can
anything.
benefit Tennessee or something.
It
or
doesn't
what?
have
Like,
to benefit
Oh,
Tennessee. It could just
Wright
be the
State,
It could be the one
obviously.
you want to see happen. It could be Siena knocking off Duke. It could be Tennessee State knocking off Iowa State. It could be whatever you wanted.
I thought you meant.
And this guy
for
used
my
his wish
bracket.
for High Point. He wants
hang
High Point to
on.
beat Wisconsin.
I thought you meant to support my bracket.
No,
I
I'm
thought
saying
that's
you
what
just
meant.
get to have a magic bullet and you get to knock one team out.
Maybe Florida losing, because that would be funny. Prairie View beating Florida. Maybe Vandy losing to McNeese. Nah, that wouldn't. Probably Florida. I'd probably pick Prairie View A&M.
What the hell is that? You're making a Temple?
Fins up.
Fins up.
LIU over Arizona.
Okay.
Go to hell.
Taking Hawaii over Arkansas.
That's my champion.
Hawaii beating Arkansas would be pretty funny, Bubba.
That would be funny too, yeah.
I think I would have to pick something that benefits Tennessee, though. I just don't know if I would. I think I would lock in. I think I'd pick Tennessee State.
Michigan losing to some guy named Howard.
I think if I could pick one, Tennessee State beating Iowa State.
That is one of my Final Four teams.
Well, I don't care about your Final Four. I think having them be eliminated and then Tennessee having a path to maybe the Elite Eight would be cooler.
Would you rather have Tennessee State win or have Michigan upset and then just roll the dice on being able to beat Iowa State maybe?
That's a fair question. Sam.
Because I feel like we always get to like the, like let's say that we do just get to the matchup with Iowa State and you get past that. Then I feel like our problem every year is like you get to a boogeyman after that big game.
And Michigan's a boogeyman for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we don't beat Michigan in the tournament. We've seen that script, 3 times, 4 times? We always lose to Michigan.
Yeah, maybe you're right, because then if Iowa State's gone, that pretty much means that Kentucky or Santa Clara is in the Sweet 16. Losing to Kentucky there would be doomsday. Blowing against Santa Clara would also suck. So, yeah, maybe the actual answer is just you got to get your own way to the Elite Eight, but then you get a Texas Tech or a –
your path to get there is going to be hard either way, but like you want some help maybe on the other side of your bracket.
Getting to the Elite Eight would obviously be a huge, huge accomplishment for this team, and I think everyone would be pretty fired up. But all in all, it's not history, right? The Final Four jokes would still be there. Making 3 straight Elite Eights would be a huge, huge accomplishment for this program. Making 4 straight Sweet 16s would be a pretty big accomplishment for this program.
Buffalo Bills.
Well, sure. It would suck to lose 3 straight Elite Eight games.
Be cool if we played Tennessee State in the Sweet 16. Battle for state supremacy.
I'd have to listen to you be scared of them all week. They're hot. They beat Iowa State. They could beat anybody in the country. They're hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They would be pretty hot.
They would be. They'd be feeling good. I've gotten my joy back. I really checked out the tournament really for all the 2010s.
You're going to the damn movies.
I'm excited for the tournament as a whole. First round, that is the thing about this tournament feeling so lopsided. I don't necessarily need upsets. I've always beat the drum that I like. I kind of like the Blue Bloods being around at the end. I kind of like the best teams in the tournament being there and getting just banger of games. Like if we can get a Sweet 16 of all 1s and 4s, I think that'd be kind of cool. Not so much because of where Tennessee stands. I don't want them to be out. But like 1, 4, 2, 3, if we got those matchups all across, that'd be some pretty good basketball.
Well, this is the year for you, my friend, because I think that's where we're headed.
Well, the numbers say this is the largest gap ever for 2 seeds versus 15, 3 versus 14s, 4 versus 13s, and 5s versus 12s. The largest gaps ever in terms of quality of opponents. For 1 seeds versus 16 seeds and 6 versus 11, it's only the second largest ever.
Okay.
So, yeah, the numbers say this is going to be very chalky.
Chalk it up.
At least for the first round. We'll see about whenever we get to the second round.
I feel good about my chalk.
I'm about to take that bracket I gave you and just rip it up.
Problem is everybody else going to do chalk too. What if Arkansas? No, I don't want to do that. No, I'm done. It's over. Mine's settled. Settled in.
Sam, Bubba, you guys joined the fan run bracket contest yet?
Yeah.
Bubba didn't.
I didn't know it was a thing this year. As a previous winner.
You weren't gonna hop in this one? Cody didn't send you the thing?
Oh,
No.
Sent that text 8 times. Were you not in that
Was
thread?
Bubba not in that group?
Damn.
I said to make sure you sent it to everybody else, all the interns and everybody else around the station.
I just sent it to a group.
As last year's winner, I would like to be informed.
That's crazy. You weren't going to ask? You were just going to sit back and not?
I was going to accept my fate, yeah.
I just sent it to
That's
a
very
group
passive of you.
that I have
Man
to
up.
notice in our
Have some damn
history.
pride, Bubba. Say, hey, are we not doing a bracket challenge this year?
Let me send you this, Bubba. I'm going to send this to you and the rest of the boys.
That's sad that he did that to you. Bubba did win last year.
I didn't do anything. It was an old thread that I just happened to. I didn't make a new thread to send the link.
Last call on the other side. Stick with us.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
What's up, Fan Run Nation? This is Evan Rogers with ECR Total Landscapes. We're excited to continue our free stump grinding promotion with Fan Run Radio this year through March 31st. If you've got problem trees in your yard, give us a call and we'll come out and cut them down and grind the stumps for free when you mention you heard us right here on Fan Run Radio. Take it from Russ. We'll treat you right at ECR Total Landscapes.
That's right, Evan. I had the ECR team out to Stately Smith Manor last year, and they took down a bunch of trees for me and grinded the stumps for free. Now I don't have to worry about those trees falling on my house, and my yard looks much better. Do what I did. Call ECR Total Landscapes.
Thanks, Russ. Call us today and we'll come out and give you a free estimate. Our number is 865-384-2012. And our website is ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Life is more fun with a Good Life checking account from Citizens National Bank, offering extra benefits including bank travel. This September, experience the perfect fall getaway on the New England Rails and Sails Tour, or join CNB in October to chase the Northern Lights in Iceland. Get in on the fun by calling 865-429-7935.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Hey Knoxville, Surfside iced tea and vodka made with real brewed tea is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Last call here on the program. We only got a couple minutes left. We used to have a show that ran basically right up to the tournament time starting.
Those were the days.
Yeah. Now we got an hour or so to kill before we get there. Bubba, what did we miss so far today during all of our tournament talk?
Today or just in general?
Whichever the way you want to do it, man. You know how the segment works.
Because we yesterday we missed that Jack Hughes wanted his golden goal puck back from the Hall of Fame.
Oh, okay. Will he get it back? Will he succeed in this?
Don't know. We also had Joe Burrow being reckless as he left with 3 women from the Oscars, one of which was Jack Hughes' girlfriend, Tate McRae.
Oh, what a guy. What a guy. He still got it.
He needs to focus on ball.
We had Max Crosby going rogue and kind of condemning the whole Ravensfeld trade.
I saw that he said he was pissed off whenever it fell through. Did he say anything else?
He said that when he got to the Ravens facility for their physical, he didn't see the GM for like 6 hours. And then basically he said he wanted to like talk to Mentor, the head coach, just to talk ball. And like eventually after the end of the day, they brought him up to the coach's office, but the GM was like in the hall and like he was like, I could tell the vibes were off between this guy and us.
So they've basically invited him to a party and realized he was ugly. Like, hey, come hang out. Me and my friends are going out. And then you see her across the bar. You're like, keep me away from her. Grenade. We got a grenade over here.
They were saying that like their team doctors were like, hey, we're concerned with this stuff. And he was freaking out. And he immediately called his surgeon, who's like the best in the world, and was like, dude, you're ahead of schedule. Obviously, an MRI is going to look a little weird this close to since you've had the surgery, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's nothing you're doing.
I saw multiple NFL people and former players. It's like, hey, this is the kind of the thing people don't know about when it comes to these signings and stuff. But if teams want to fill your physical, they can find a reason to fill your physical. And like they're like, this happens more than you think about just lower profile guys that somebody else becomes available and they agree to terms with them, so they back out of the other deal and they fail their physical. They said it wasn't unique, but obviously with Max Crosby being such a big name and these teams being so, at least the Ravens being a championship contender, it took up more space in our head.
We have the NFL looking for replacement refs if they cannot get a deal done with the NFL referees.
I believe Cody already said that.
Well, I'm going to say it again.
Yeah, but I tell you one I did miss, and that's a MLB deal with Polymarket. Did you see that?
Gambling, Polymarket. It's everywhere.
MLB's going to partner with them.
They're saying that's why Giannis won't just shut it down and not play the rest of the year. He's got to get out here and get this calcium money. He's got to go out here and manipulate the markets. What's MLB going to do with them? Just promote them, basically?
Yeah, it's just some sort of partnership. I didn't read into it.
Bank them.
What else, Bubba?
What?
I don't know if Cody mentioned this as well, but LeBron James says he's out of being a potential owner for a Las Vegas franchise.
Oh, interesting. I thought that was pretty much going to be a slam dunk. I thought that was talked about, that he was going to get kind of gifted or at least be a part of the Las Vegas team. So he says he's out. He has no interest in being an owner, just not with Las Vegas.
He says he no longer has an intention to pursue being part of an ownership group.
Who is it that's not going to pursue?
LeBron.
Who is it, Bubba?
Mr. James. The father of Bronny and Bryce.
What's his full name?
LeBron, whatever his middle name is, James.
You guys are really limping to the damn finish line here, and you guys are pissing me off, the two of you, whenever you start doing this little shtick you guys do.
I was trying to set it up.
Oh, that's not my bit.
You guys really start getting on my damn nerves.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah.
Also, for racing, not that you care, but Destiny Spurlock will become the first black woman to race at a NASCAR-sanctioned event.
Why do you assume Cody doesn't care about it?
Cody doesn't care about the WNBA, doesn't care about women's basketball, doesn't care about women.
You didn't even
news anchors.
You didn't even say it was me. You said you didn't think you guys would care about it. Wouldn't I care more about a NASCAR headline than he would, Bubba?
Also, according 37 minutes ago, the Diamond Baseball Stats app is live.
What is?
There's a new baseball coverage app in the App Store called Diamond Baseball.
Who gives a damn?
I got to say, Bubba, we always give Cody's headlines a hard time. Yours are pretty trash, too.
Danny writes in.
Your final four, Sam, who you got? Well, what Danny say? Let's get what Danny said.
Danny writes in that it is sad and unbecoming that I'm scared of this Ken Palm number 88 team.
I agree.
He points out that George Washington, Yale, Dayton, Providence, Wichita State, Belmont, Tulsa, and Grand Canyon all rated better than this Miami, Ohio team. And I would like to make it clear that I would also be scared of each and every one of those teams.
Coward. I agree with you, Danny. It is unbecoming of him.
I've sent the bracket link to the interns. They seem to be
The Incredibles 3,
board.
June 16th, 2028.
I don't think I ever watched the second one. That's the thing about animated movies, though. You ain't got to worry about the actors aging out, You just keep pumping them out. They can be voice actors up until the day they die, and then when they die, you can just recast them.
Also, why haven't we discussed Joel Embiid being scared of Denver and not playing there in over 7 years?
Because really, at this point, he just doesn't really ever play, so I don't even know if it's Denver or he just doesn't play.
What's he afraid of? Heights?
All right, Sam, your final four. What you got?
Duke, Houston, Purdue, and Iowa State.
Okay. Bubba?
Florida, Kansas, Arkansas,
You started
Michigan.
at the bottom left? You're a maniac. Who the hell starts in the bottom left? You have who? Florida?
Florida v. Kansas and Arkansas v. Michigan.
Florida, Kansas, Arkansas. You know, Bubba's a champion, so I got to take what he says seriously. He won last year. The opposite of winning is losing and finishing dead last. With that being said, let's go to Cody, who was our dead last place finisher last year. What do you got?
Siena, Idaho, Queens, and Hofstra.
And that's why he's last place, folks. That's why he's last place.
What's your final four?
Duke, Houston, Purdue, and Michigan. That's who I got.
All right. Should be fun.
I'm ready to lock in on my UCLA Bruins, though.
Let's all go and gamble. Maybe have some chicken wings, some pizza, some beers.
Hell yeah.
Wave that American flag.
I can't wait to eat some popcorn tonight at the movies. It's going to be great.
Pitiful.
Check my phone every now and then to see if I get any alerts.
Absolutely pitiful.
If the madness is happening at all, it'll be good. But at noon, I'll be locked in.
You going to take a nap today?
No, I'm not going to get in the habit of taking a nap every day. I needed it yesterday. I feel better today, but no naps today. No naps.
I think I'll take one today.
The Tony Vasilio Show coming up next. Stay locked in on Fan Run Radio.
Take Fan Run Radio with you on the all-new Fan Run app. Just search for Fan Run Radio wherever you download your apps.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from a